Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Hubcast, Episode 2, the second
dose.
In a way, it's really Episode 1 now that I'm here.
We get to have our first again. Because
someone made a pretty great joke before this started. I was like, I'm going to sit in the beige chair. And someone said, ya beige chair?
Sounds like something Dan would say.
I said ya beige seat, but then I was like, ya beige sit.
Ew.
Ya beige sit.
Ya beige sit.
Ooh.
That's better.
It's
I like it.
Unbelievable. Okay, so welcome, gentlemen,
Beige
to
set.
this fantastic set that is undergoing its second involvement in our podcast setting here. Sometimes I phrase things
Undergoing
weird.
it.
You say
I
things in a
sometimes
very
I look for
curious
the
way.
weird ways to say things.
Take your
but
time.
I'm happy with
There's
what I
more
said.
stickers
right
Choose
there.
your words.
Thank you, everyone in the stream, for joining us. But if
Yeah.
you're listening to us elsewhere, we forgot the lights again. We forgot the
Oh yeah,
stinking
I did
lights.
notice that. I was like, oh, last time I was watching,
you,
I was like, are
Spencer.
they not
Careful
doing
that helmet,
LEDs
Spencer.
intentionally, or because
Careful of Chief.
Okay.
Okay.
Look at
My
those
goodness,
LEDs.
guys. Okay.
Thank you,
So if you're
Spencer.
listening to us elsewhere, then that's great. If you're watching us on YouTube or here in the Twitch chat, welcome. It's really fun to be able to get back into all this podcasting stuff. We loved the last episode. Seemed like everyone really enjoyed it. So we're going to continue to podcast here. How you guys all doing today?
I'm doing
Great.
quite good here today on the podcast. What are you feeling today, Jordan?
Can they hear you? You sound like the guy from Parks and Recreation.
This is...
Which guy?
Ron
he's like-
Swanson. Ron
No,
Swanson?
No.
he's on there like
Swab-
he's on there like 2 or 3 times throughout the whole series, but he's like the NPR
Oh, yeah, he's
radio
the NPR.
guy.
Welcome
And he
to
talks
Everything Clearly.
I've never
This
seen that
is-
show. Only a
But that
few
was on
times.
Candy.
Jordan and I have
I
some. We have some NPR characters. Did you
Welcome.
ever name your character? Because I was Sandy
You're
Anderson.
Sandy Anderson, and I think I was.
Smoky
Yeah, I
Paws.
don't think I ever named my person.
Sandy
I am Ya Beige Sit, and you are listening to Completely Clear.
Brought to you
Welcome
by
to that.
NPR.
Welcome to the Beige Boombox.
Anyway, before we get into our
sell an entire line
NPR
of beige
tangents.
But
Shut
those are
up,
the
Our
best
Spencer.
tangents.
Shut
NASCAR
up.
tangents. We need more NASCAR tangents.
You know,
Oh,
I
well,
had...
you and I would be the authorities on the
Richard
I
NASCAR.
put a
Childress.
post out yesterday asking you
that
if
NASCAR?
black shorts or beige shorts were better. It was overwhelmingly beige
Over?
shorts.
Okay,
Speaking
so
of which, I can see up your shorts, Spencer.
Oh,
Oh, my.
excuse me.
Michael Waltrip.
that's kind of
We gotta
Michael
get these-
Waltrip.
So, before everyone starts talking about random stuff and making weird
It's too late.
things about Michael Waltrip, a couple updates. First of all,
Buzz Aldrin. Go.
Hubcast is already on SoundCloud. Now, I mean, that one wasn't really that hard. If you go to soundcloud.com/
The Hubcast.
was it the Hubcast?
I'm pretty sure.
Shoot.
I saw your Reddit post
Thubcast.
It'll be
earlier.
in the description.
It's on the Reddit as well. If you go to the Creature
Yes.
Reddit, there's a post that
it's,
Jordan
it's
did
also
about
in the link in this
status.
video. But
We'll
if you guys are watching
we'll
the
tweet it out
stream,
from the
yeah,
Hub.
you can double check that. But I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's soundcloud.com/ the Hubcast.
Joe has a
Yes, Joe?
question.
If it makes everybody feel any better, I found Adam Savage from Mythbusters, his podcast, and it's like 150 some episodes in, and it's called the Still Yet to Be Named Podcast with Adam Savage. So this can just it can evolve.
I need to listen to that because
forever
I
and
could
ever.
listen to Adam Savage talk for hours.
Oh man, it's awesome. And it's awesome when you stumble across a channel that you like that, and you want to watch it, and he's
Yeah.
building all these things, and you just want to dive in, and there's like 3,000 episodes of everything.
Yeah.
And like, it's awesome.
Okay.
So if you want to watch Adam Savage's
Oh, yeah.
podcast,
Oh, my goodness.
go
Anyway.
to adamsavage.com.
I'm sure he has a
It's
website.
tested.
I love when
That's the
actors have
channel.
websites that are horrendously out of date.
Oh yeah.
I always type them up and they have their website, and I look at it and I'm like, who designed this?
Somebody from 1996 using
Anyway,
Netscape.
can I
I could really
continue
go
with
for
the
a-
Didn't that plague the
updates?
creatures
I
at
could
one point?
really go
Okay.
for a slice of pizza right now.
Hubdates.
Let's take
You
a
guys
pizza,
done? Okay,
pizza break.
so from now on, rule. I like the fact that Joe raised his hand when I'm going over the updates. Raise your hand like Joe, because then I'm okay if it goes off into a tangent.
How about you raise your middle finger on your like this, so it's not like in your face, but it's like
And then I'll be like, oh, he needs to talk. Anyway,
And it's- if it's shivering,
it's on
it's-
SoundCloud. You can go check out to it, download it, do all that stuff. As well as I have also submitted it to iTunes. So it's all set up on the RSS feed. It's been submitted. It should be approved according to Apple within 24 hours to 14 days. So
think
we'll
they
see
caught
what
your
happens. Spencer, you had your hand up first.
I could really go for a slice of pizza right
Dan,
now.
you're next.
Why do you wear that hat all the time?
That's a good question.
what's on your shirt, Spencer?
So along
Torchy
with all the
tacos.
audio stuff, along with all the audio stuff that's going on, it will be in multiple locations. So you got YouTube, you got Twitch, you got SoundCloud, you got iTunes. It may go to more, but for now, that's all the 4 that you can get to. I will update everyone when those do go live officially on iTunes.
I like
So-
the word RSS feed. Can you say that?
RSS feed. It's
Thank
not a
you.
word. It is.
You know who invented that?
Who?
Aaron Schwartz.
I don't know who that is.
Created Reddit, or helped make Reddit what it became to be popular.
Ooh.
So the Reddit founder made
You know what?
RSS feeds.
I want to talk
Yeah.
about Reddit here for a little bit. I think Reddit
You
is
said
a
something
website
about Reddit this morning.
that it's kind of impressive because I love Reddit, but it's kind of really poorly designed. It's just,
It's
just
an
threads.
interesting website.
It's
was
just
on it-
threads.
I was on it today, and I was
that's
shocked
what
at
it
how
is.
No, I
poppy
know.
it was. Very sleek. It was like it had animation, like but like a year ago, it was very.
Yeah, it also depends on
plain.
which sub you go to because some are more advanced than others.
That's
yeah,
true.
well, you have apparently. It just seems like there's a lot of room for customization when it comes to subreddits because ours is actually really well done by the moderators who
the
run that.
Pokemon
and-
one has multiple themes
Oh.
as day and night.
I thought you
for
said
Pokemon
Pope. I
Sun
thought you
and
said
Moon.
Pope for a second. Is there a Pope subreddit?
Oh,
the
I'm
Pope,
sure.
The Pope. What Pope are we on now?
I don't know.
57 or something like that.
Something like that.
57?
Is it still no, Benedict isn't
Wait,
President
Pope
Right.
57? I think we're on like Pope.
No,
like,
it's the
Val-
Argentinian man.
Yes.
the one that like everybody
Hundreds of-
loves.
Yeah,
Because
Pope Francis.
I heard he like sneaks out in his Miata at night to go wash the feet of orphans.
Yeah.
Like
He has a Miata?
or something, some tiny little
No,
sports
he
car.
does help the poor quite a lot, and
Yeah.
he's the
And
most
he's a
forward-thinking
cool-
Pope.
Yeah,
we've
he's
had in a
very
long
progressive.
Yeah.
Anyway, can I continue with the updates?
Go for
On
it.
the list of docket, Jop Smash has started. Joe
Yes.
has started the brand new season of Joe of Painting,
Yes.
where he goes through and paints all the characters and adds to the entire wall in that other room.
I snuck in there today. It's looking
You liking
pretty
it?
good. Yeah,
Awesome.
I saw some in there I haven't seen before, and they were quite impressive.
Awesome.
I really-
That's good. That's a good sign.
I love the idea of the second season being all Smash characters and you completing the like selection screen. That's really cool.
Yeah, no, it's
I think it's
Running up-
rewarding. It's very
Yeah.
satisfying.
Yeah,
Right.
as it fills up.
exactly running up to the first episode. I was like, "Are we really gonna pull this off?" But it's working, and it's going pretty quick.
It's going good.
Yeah.
Now when we'll discuss this later, but now there's a limited amount of time you have before you can, finish it. So better
Yeah.
hurry up.
Then you can do all the Overwatch characters.
Yeah.
Oh, I got plans. We
I
got
just have
We
flashback
sorta-
cuts in Yada.
Oh man.
Yeah, we sort of have Alex and I have sort of have an idea for. I don't know if it's season 3 or if it's just a side project, but
Mini series.
it deviates from painting,
Ooh.
and you start working with your hands and making forms. And
What could that be teasing?
I don't
No,
know.
I don't
Is
know.
that
What else
what's
would you
that
do?
magic sand?
Oh, like the stuff that you grip
Squishy
it,
sand?
It turns into a ball, but then it just kind of falls.
It's always wet. I don't
I
think
think it's
I've ever
called
had that.
sand.
Oh, it is
Zan.
Zan.
Yeah.
Comes in
Those-
multiple colors, including glow in the dark.
Do you remember what was the foamy stuff that was on Nickelodeon?
Floam?
Floam.
Yeah. I always
had
wanted to buy
Floam.
those, but I never.
I had Floam.
Oh, you did?
I
Was it
had
good?
Floam. No.
I always wanted to eat it, but I never did.
Is any of that stuff good? No.
it's
not.
it's around still.
Why don't I have a
Either
pint
it's the
glass?
longest running scam or it's awesome.
Spencer, you can grab me one of my pint glasses.
In the freezer?
Why are you having Spencer go do it?
Just
I
one
guess
of
because
my-
you're
I'll get
hosting
it.
the show.
Because
right?
I'm still going. Okay, well, I
I'll
guess
go
Wait,
Joe's
no.
gonna go.
Wait. We have people in the office that are not on the set right now.
Oh yeah, Stephanie just volunteered by
and
raising
then
her
when
hand
Joe
and not saying
volunteered,
anything.
he's like, "Oh, okay, I guess Joe will go or whatever."
What is your logic?
Just get one of the glasses
there's
on my
one in the-
desk that's clean.
Oh.
I think
I
he
won't
just
do one of the
Thank you,
frosted ones.
Stephanie.
Thanks, Steph. So, along with Job Smash starting, Joe actually did a special stream the other day. We teamed up with
Yes.
Xbox
Sorry,
to
I
do
was
a Recore thing. It took him 8 hours total. It
Yes.
was 11-hour stream, but taking out the breaks, it was about. Oh, wait, and then I forgot
Well,
to
2 hour
add the
break.
next day because you worked on it a little bit the
I
next day.
2.5
too.
hours the next day to bring it home
So it was
just to finish
about
it.
10 or 11 hours.
And I
that Joe
edited it
worked.
down to 11 minutes.
Yeah, it was about 10 or 11 hours of
you
painting.
edited that very quickly too.
Yeah.
It's really easy. I edit to audio peak, so I essentially just look when you don't talk, and then I look if it's interesting when you talk, or if there's like progress with the
Thank you,
painting. If
Stephanie.
there's not, I cut it. So I edited like probably 10 hours of footage in like 45 minutes.
Yeah, he did it
Yeah.
very fast.
I just skimmed through though.
That's awesome. The
Look at that. Look at that pour. Jordan, that's a harsh pour.
That is a hard
you're
sport.
supposed to pour these hard.
Oh, you pour
Yeah,
them
the
hard?
nitro is
Look
main.
at that.
See,
See how it
look at
cascades?
that.
It's gorgeous.
That's
Cascading right there.
neat.
It's
That's
so
why you
smooth.
pour hard with nitro beers.
Yeah.
So
Gotcha.
it's really cool.
like a
and then
waterfall.
because the foam goes down and then it comes back up.
I
It's
apologize
really cool.
for criticizing. I didn't know.
Yeah, no, most people don't understand that you pour hard.
Hashtag pour hard.
Yeah, hashtag pour hard. So yes, Joe did this incredible Recore painting. The video's up
Oh,
right
wait.
now. You can go check that out.
Blink 182 just subscribed to ask a question.
The Blink 182?
I think it's actually Blink 182 underscore.
I subbed to ask
Tom
a question.
DeLonge.
Tom. He's no longer in the band.
What?
Yeah, they
He
replaced
is
him
So-
Blink
with.
182.
That's another update I have. So
Chandler.
okay,
Oh,
let me
wait,
finish.
Sim Marksman. I can't read.
Thank
from
you.
far
This is
away.
awesome.
See, Marksman
Marksman.
just subscribed. Let
Live
me
free,
finish
poor
on
heart.
Joe.
Oh, shit.
So Joe finished his painting.
Yeah, finish all over Joe.
He finished his Recore paint. It looks awesome. It's on Instagram. You can watch it on YouTube. It's gonna be really cool. And yeah, so that's most of the Joe painting stuff. Another episode's coming out this Sunday for the Job Smash. So catch up on that.
Lots of art coming at you.
As far as, and I saw the guy that just subscribed to ask a question, the Creature Talk archive I have pulled down, I've uploaded, and I'm currently working on getting it accessible to everyone so that everyone that wants to go back and listen to all the old episodes will be able to do so. It's not on iTunes anymore, sadly, because it had some errors in the RSS feed and stuff and got knocked down. So I'm making it available so that anyone can go ahead and download it. So I'll keep you updated on that. I should be able to have it ready to go next week.
Nice.
So that should be cool.
Classic Creature Talks.
Classic Creature Talks, all the way back to just old ones.
Oh, yeah.
I was
Probably
listening
ones
to
that I
some of
wasn't
them.
even on.
I
That's probably
listened to
before I
some
was
of
on.
them. It was like 16 people in a Skype call just yelling and playing games, and just it was chaotic, but it was
Yeah.
hilarious.
When
We
I was
should
cutting-
listen to some of those.
Yeah, I was
Or watch
cutting
them.
when I was cutting together the it was the 100th Creature Talk teaser promo. I went back to some of the old Creature Talks, and it's so like just completely random bullshit. It's like where somebody's playing a game, a couple of people are arguing on the side, and somebody else is just like nobody's focused on anything. And it's so great.
Well, I remember like
clusterfuck.
when you guys first got the Creature House, the first Creature Talk you did, you guys had like 4 cameras or something around the house.
Oh, it was chaotic.
So you guys would just
Oh,
run
yeah,
in
we were
between
doing our
all the
webcams.
cameras.
Well, I think
Well, it was
everyone
the
was
Skype-
streaming
yeah.
differently.
We were all in
it was
Skype.
the Skype.
We were all
That's
in
right.
Skype
Yeah, it was
because
just
I drew.
chaotic.
I had the permanent marker and I was drawing on my face because I was an idiot, and that was fun. But
You
yeah.
gotta start somewhere.
Oh yeah,
I'm
I'm
just-
still an
Okay.
idiot.
So, Creature Talk stuff, that's where that's at. I'll give it a current update on it. We also have, we actually just learning recently about the whole RT site stuff. So we're actually going to be pulling a bunch of stuff and uploading it to the RT site so that our section of the Rooster Teeth site can be available for you guys to check out videos. And we'll also work with the first thing to release exclusive content and windows and stuff like that. So that's coming soon. What would you want to say, Spencer?
Lemon Wolf or Lemune.
Lemurian Wolf. I've
Lemurian
played with
Wolf.
them or seen them in a stream before.
Oh, well, they
I know
subscribed.
that name.
Thank you.
Thank you for that
Lemurian
subscription.
Wolf.
And then there's also a new series as well that we just booted up. It's called Itemizers. Spencer, I'll let you take
Itemizers.
that one away.
Alex came up with the name.
He did.
Good idea, Alex.
We were brainstorming the name half an hour before we even filmed the first bit of it.
and we were
Alex came up with a great name.
ironing out the idea half an hour before
Yeah,
we.
half an hour. We were about to start filming it, and I was like, wait a second, maybe we should figure this out.
Holy shit! Wait, Bebop something subscribed for 47 months in a row.
Oh my
And-
goodness, Bebop.
Bourbon Dog, Bubbled their dog.
Birdetted.
Dog.
That's really-
Burdette the dog.
That's insane.
Man.
47 months in
That's
a row.
awesome. Welcome.
Years and years. Thank you so much for
patronage.
that.
But yes, Itemizers. I thought that first episode turned out really solid though.
Oh yeah, it was a good introduction. I think it went a little haywire. We kind of got weird with the
More
nets.
like,
but
hey, net.
hey, Jordan, have you filmed your video? Oh yeah. So anyway, explain what Itemizers is really quick.
So essentially, Itemizers is a show where, well, right now I'm the host. It's going to change every week though, and essentially 2 people will go head to head with a mysterious item that the host picks, who would be the winner from the previous week, and they have to do a creative idea. There can be a theme for the video, but there doesn't have to be. There could be like a vlog or a cinematic video or a storytelling bit or a skit,
Any kind of
anything
video.
you really want. And they will then release about 5 days later on the channel, and we will release Twitter posts, and people can vote on which video is better. And then whoever wins the post becomes the host for the next week and wins a prize.
Yep, and the results shows that. I like to think of it as like American Idol or
Yeah,
Dance
so
with
the fans
Stars,
get
where
to
kind of
like
flows
the
into
fans are
itself.
voting, and then the next episode you find out who won the last one, and then it kind of restarts the week trend.
find
So
myself
that should be a
talking
lot
to
of
that
fun.
screen a
So
lot.
this week we
Yeah, me
had
too.
our item was nets. It's just
A
these
giant net.
Giant net. Jordan and I got the nets. You haven't
I
filmed
haven't had a
anything
chance
for
to
your
film
video
mine
yet.
yet. I was
we're
going
gonna
to
do
do
it
it
tomorrow.
today, but I ended up being busy the entire day.
Last night I had a pretty good idea because I think what I'm probably going to end up doing with all of my challenges, unless it's specified otherwise by the challenger, I'm probably going to do cinematic videos every single time, like little shorts. So I almost wrote the script last night. I have a good idea. And Alex actually brought up an idea that I had the same exact idea. It was kind of crazy. But
Or
yeah. What happened?
I heard that it was a
What?
it was a moment
Stolen.
between the two of you.
Were you even paying attention?
I can't understand what
What are
you're
you saying?
saying.
I said Ori stole it.
Oh, he stole it. Oh, okay. What in the world?
Or-
I don't
it
know
worked
what you're
in the moment.
talking
Just
about.
continue
Or he
on.
stole.
I was just worrying about
Or
my
he
my
stole
drink.
it.
Or
Oh.
he stole it.
I-
Yes.
no, I
Okay.
just-
Secrets,
that-
guys.
All right. Well, anyway, we're gonna have some awesome videos on Friday, but we haven't filmed them yet. So
You said you get a week to film yours?
You get a week to film and edit
It's
it.
like
it has to
4
be
days.
done by Friday.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're supposed to be short, so you're not really supposed
Yeah,
to.
I was thinking like
waste too
between
much
1 and
time.
3 minutes.
Can you employ people around the office to help?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
Including the host, because the host is unbiased because they're not voting.
Yeah, it's
so
all fans,
anyone can
so-
be used, pretty much.
Yep, it's going to be fun. So
I like
that's a new
that.
show that's happening. We're shooting to get that on a weekly basis on Mondays and Fridays to kind of keep everyone engaged in that.
Excited for that.
Yeah, it should be fun. Another one. I'm going to try and get through these quick. I know you guys don't, probably don't want to hear 20 minutes of me going over everything in
We're
the hub.
24 minutes in.
Yeah, so I'm going to skip that one because it's not that important. But then the biggest news that we have is we are currently looking, our lease is running out at the end of December, and we're currently looking for a new spot.
Oh, yeah.
We found a pretty good candidate, and we're thinking it's going to be an awesome new fresh start for us. It's going to be really cool. It's an awesome space, and if it turns out to be the one, it's going to be awesome. And depending on when we actually get into it, it's could be kind of like a temporary thing at the beginning and then move into the full thing. But not really much I can explain right now, but it should be really exciting. I'm super excited.
I'm really excited. I
Yeah.
love moving. so.
I saw somebody asked about the live stream. So is that
Live stream is kind of dependent on how the move goes.
We want to. We want
might,
to.
we might, end up getting a lease where we might be able to start in October, or
Yeah,
if this
yeah. So
place ends
it
up,
kind of depends. It's really
Yeah.
kind of fluctuating on how things go. We are currently trying to plan together what we want the live stream to be. So right now we're planning full force ahead, full
like to
steam
do it.
ahead to get it going because we love the live stream. It's a charity based. We really
And we've been
want
wanting to do a charity stream for quite a while now.
I
So-
want to do
can
like
do more
multiple.
often.
I want to
Yeah.
do. I want to do multiple charity streams.
Well,
throughout
we
the
all
year.
like streaming and just hanging out.
Yeah.
and-
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to plan on doing that. And then depending on how that stream goes is dependent on where we are at the time. So it really depends. There's a lot of stuff we need to move out of here and it could be a big process, but we're super excited about it.
Capulta Bears Night, something too. Just
And yeah, thank you so much for everyone that's been subscribing so far. Sorry we can't get everyone's
Yeah,
name
we miss
off,
you. I'm sorry, but
yeah,
thank
but
you to
thank you
everyone.
so much to everyone.
Yeah.
But that's about it for Hub updates. Sorry it took so long to go over everything, but a lot has happened this week. I just want to go over that since part of this is kind of updating you guys on what's been going around the office.
Can you call them hub dates?
I was calling them Hub dates.
Okay, so now that we're done with the hub updates, let's move on to channel up. No, let's do something else first. Channel updates. Let's talk for 20 more minutes.
Dan, take away the next topic.
Next topic. What topic do we want to do here? There's so many.
I don't care. I don't really know what that first topic
do you want
is
me
up
to
there.
jump into that
Yeah,
one?
whatever. Just do it.
Okay.
Just
So-
post.
Or do you want to go?
No, go for it.
Okay, so we were talking just randomly as we do, just
I like how this is top priority
talking stupid
topic
shit
right after the
at our
intro.
desk.
You want to know
And-
why?
Which one? I don't even know what we're talking about.
The top
Top
topic.
one.
You want to know why it is? Is
Oh.
because look who's sitting over there behind the computer.
Can we see? Yep, right there. To the
So
right.
me and Steph were watching this new video, Ariana Grande's Side to Side, and we were talking about.
I've heard nothing but
It's
about that
catchy.
video the last week.
Yeah, so we got on the topic of vaginas while we were watching it, and then we moved on to bushes,
Nothing like vaginas.
something about that, and then Steph said, "What about Vanessa Hudginson's bush?" And so I was like, "She has a bush."
Is that verbatim of what she said?
So I looked it up, and she has a decent bush, not big though. I've seen bigger.
Is this a thing that's like online?
Stephanie paused her burrito bite and pulled down and said, "What about what's her name?
Vanessa
Vanessa
Hudgens.
Vanessa Hudgens Bush."
So
That's how I envision
my
it.
question is, I was sitting there during this whole time. I was sending emails. I was kind of like not engaging in the topic. and
Yeah,
all
I
of a
was
sudden,
working as well.
I just hear this.
I just saw him doing
Like
this.
it was these two, and I think Mel and I don't think Sam was in at the time. And so yeah, me and Dan were working on the other side, just kind of working away. We just hear, "Oh, what about Vanessa Hudgens' bush? Oh, that's not the biggest bush I've ever seen before in my life."
Which is
So
true
Spencer
though.
was talking
Vanessa
about,
Hudgens has a bush like she
Oh,
shaved
my
a week and a half
goodness.
prior, and it's kind of growing back out. So I mean, her bush was fine, but I mean, there's been bushes where it's like peeking out the side of people's drawers.
The question was posed to me. What was it? What did you ask, Steph? You're like, when does it stop growing or something like that?
Oh no, okay.
For-
remember this. So we were talking about that, but then we were trying to figure out when does your pube hair stop growing? Because when you get older,
yeah.
you start losing your hair up here. So we were like, when does your pube hair stop growing? So we asked you.
It's eternal.
And you went by your length
yeah,
instead
it's eternal.
of like.
Yeah, because I
think
had
it
said
grows faster when you get older because I've had some scary experiences in locker rooms.
Yeah,
Scary experiences.
Well, I had said like mine hits a peak and then won't grow past that.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. Was like mine kind of just stops after a certain point, and
But
it's,
I've seen people where it goes beyond the penis itself.
oh man,
I've seen it
longer
totally
ball
take
hair than
over.
penis.
So there's one
Okay,
master
when I was-
strand of
when I
hair in
was
there,
working-
and it's the dick.
master strand.
You put hair in, there's the boss
Yeah,
battle.
it's just like,
That's
whoa.
the next. That's the nexus strand of pube that comes out of
they
your
all
balls.
come together to create
I heard
the pube.
this was not something I said, but when I worked at my first job at the golf course, it was said between two of the employees. They came to a mutual understanding that both of them apparently had a mushroom in a cornfield. Is how they described it.
fucking old people.
I love you struggling to
Old
get
men.
that phrase
A
out.
mushroom in a cornfield.
Yeah, so that's how they described it.
You ever notice
so I
how
was just
they
like,
you don't accidentally come across them? They're just sort of like they've set themselves up to be seen by
Yeah,
you.
Well, the people in
like, you
locker
just
room-
kinda
locker
turn,
rooms
and
don't
it-
care.
No,
Yeah.
They're there to show themselves off.
I think
no
they
matter
want
how
their
grotesque it
exhibitionist
looks.
satisfaction. I think they go there like being like, I'm gonna show some young punk. They think they're better than me. I'll show them my big bush and dick.
But they love it. Like it's like going to Golden Corral or something. It's like yeah,
I
it's
was
a
a
chance
show.
to be free.
It was always really awkward because as a kid, I didn't really know what to do when I went into locker rooms because there's a bunch of. I'm 12 years old
Yeah.
and there's dicks around me. Like I don't know what the fuck to do.
Yeah, so you
I don't
take-
know if I can strip down
Yeah.
and change or
Because you've always been told by your parents to.
like it's kind of
Yeah.
fucked
Hey.
up to change in front of adults when
But yeah,
you're
there's
a
this
child.
guy. There's a guy standing there like this.
Yeah.
Staring you straight in the face, being like, "What do you want?"
Yeah.
You want some of
He has
this?
his deodorant. He has his deodorant, and he's doing like his individual, like in between his balls. Like, yeah,
He's trimming it.
deodorizing down here, guys. Don't worry about it.
So during this conversation, Spencer brought up a
I brought up an old story.
that he underwent, and he described it as scarring.
Yeah. Okay, so I was 17, 16. I was around that age at the time, and I had a girl I had a crush on, and she had a younger sister. We all went to the museum together, and
oh no.
in the museum, I mean, not in the museum, we were like parked outside the museum, like all fun, right? And we all kind of turned towards each other to, like catch up on what we're doing and what we want to do. And in the back seat, her younger sister had chosen the middle seat and decided to spread her legs quite far apart, I'd say.
Quite far.
Which is fine. I feel like, I don't mind. But she was wearing very short shorts and possibly no underwear. And while I was sitting here with the girl I liked, her sister said something, so I looked over. And there was a little bush poking out.
Oh,
There was a little bush poking
like
out of her
when-
little shorts.
When Nala's hunting
And I
Puma.
mean, she was 13.
I feel dirty listening to this.
She was 13, so I was kind of just like, whoa. Like, I didn't say anything at the time. I didn't want to make her feel, like, uncomfortable, but I also didn't know if she intended it, because, it was there.
Mm-hmm.
Her muff was, probably 8 inches from my face. It was real
goodness.
close. I'm talking
God.
uncomfortable shit.
Did you?
Yeah.
I didn't hear any whale
Exotic
calls.
birds
I didn't
and-
hear any whale calls, luckily. But I
there a
kind of
breeze?
brought it up to her sister later, and her sister seemed like it was kind of normal, and I was confused as
I don't
to.
understand.
The bush just comes out every
I
once
don't
in a while.
understand.
Don't
What
worry
are
about
you
it.
saying? What are you saying?
Well, and I didn't want to tell her I saw your sister's bush or something.
Oh my goodness!
But I did, and it was definitely poking out. Needless to say, I never saw her bush again. I think she probably got the hint. I never talked to her about it. I didn't want to make her feel uncomfortable. But it was a harrowing experience, I'd say. Harrowing experience.
Oh.
This
Man.
reminds me of a story.
Hey, I got a pube story after you.
Go.
That's why there's
Why
so
go all
many. Mine's
day?
gonna be pube
Mine's
related
brief,
stories.
so-
Mine's not super puby, but
But it's
So-
pubescent.
On a scale of
But-
1 to pube.
But in the similar vein to Spencer's story, when I was in high school, and it wasn't high school with us. It was after I had moved. I was in art class with a girl who her friend had filmed.
Noodles and pubes
They had
and glue.
my friend had stripped down completely naked. She's
Wow.
a lady. When she was hanging out with her friend, and they taped her up. They completely covered her with duct tape.
Wait, but she has.
Don't know why.
Okay.
Don't
Okay.
know why.
Okay.
I see Alex's face. And she she ended up they ended up like my other friend started filming her while she was taking it off and like in pain and taking it and ended up posting it to YouTube.
I saw that.
You've seen that?
Yes.
What?
That
What the fuck?
in high school, right? Or
Well,
was this
it wasn't our high school.
Okay.
It wasn't our high school.
I've specifically have seen a video about a girl being unduct taped.
So there's is
In
she
high
a
school.
brunette?
I didn't watch the whole thing, but
Okay,
it
well-
circulated. It went around.
Okay, well, I don't know if it shouldn't be on YouTube anymore because she's underage.
That was the controversy. Is how is this on YouTube?
Oh,
and
man.
it was up
Did
there.
it go viral?
It must have.
What the fuck? Well, anyway, so
Man.
yeah, there's a video of my friend like taking
remember
the
that.
tape off, and at one point, my friend the other girl pans over to her when she's like undone at her boobs, so she grabs her boobs and grabs like her crotch and everything. But yeah, it was always really super strange having a video of somebody I know on the internet with her naked. It was kind of weird.
Well, 'cause
I
they
don't
gotta
know.
see them.
Like, and I don't know why the other girl never took it down.
Dan, I'm
Anyway,
afraid
man.
you're under arrest.
No, I'm sorry.
Well, at the time-
okay, I was
For-
underage when I watched the video. I don't think it
don't
can't be
care.
on YouTube anymore.
It might.
I
Let's
doubt
look.
it.
Could've
I do
survived.
have to state.
Alex, start searching over there.
Well,
I have to run the
sicko.
show.
Was she kind
I-
of like trying to hide in the like that? She
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
want
she
it,
was
and
trying-
She was
well,
like,
yeah,
and they were
yeah.
like ripping, and she was like, yeah.
Yeah.
It was like, wasn't it black duct tape?
No, it was.
It was
I think
regular?
I think it was gray.
There
duct
might have been
tape.
multiple. There might have been a set. This could have been a genre of YouTube video. At the
I don't
time.
know.
Ripping
Anyway.
I
duct
do have
tape.
to state though, before Joe gets to his story.
Mine's short, so no
There's
worries.
nothing bad with having bush. That's not what we're I'm
Yeah.
trying to
And
put
I
out
think
there.
that's a great way to wrap up. Oh,
No,
wait,
no,
yeah,
Joe's
that's-
still no.
He has the
No,
bush.
it's
thing.
cool. It's
But
just
Is it a
nothing
good
bad
story?
with bushes. Just
it's
want
not
to put
even.
that out there.
I just
It's
have
quick,
like
it's
the
quick.
reason
He said.
you're so sort of on level that you just said. Like I try to keep mine under control because I have this phenomenon that happens where flanking the shaft is two curly locks.
Oh,
The craziest
It's like
symmetry
Amish.
I've ever seen.
a rabbi.
Like the most symmetrical thing in nature I've ever seen, and it looks the perfect circle.
So your dick has a mustache.
Oh my goodness.
No, it's such a tight curl. It's just one curl. This happens nowhere else. But twice,
impressive.
symmetrically on either side.
That's nuts.
And
I'm amazed.
in the mirror, it kind of looks like something's looking at you.
It's a rabbi.
So I keep it-
It's a rabbi looking
I
back at
keep
you.
it under control.
Oh my
Put a
goodness.
little
End
hat-
Thanks for telling
story.
us about your dick, Joe.
Can you put a rabbi hat on
It
there?
was
Stop
the
it.
things flanking my dick. All right.
All right. This is my favorite podcast I've ever done ever.
Flanking my dick.
Best topic
Or-
Oh my
ever.
goodness.
Flanking either side. Flanking has many meanings. I use it pretty generously.
I mean,
Never
yeah,
gonna
I
be
mean, you
able to
kind of
look
have
at
to
Joe
keep
the
control of
same
it because,
again.
like, it's the same thing as my hair. Like, when my hair gets too long, I get uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's that same situation where you have that weird when you get like you said, it's that weird in between, and something must be done.
Man.
You can't look at yourself in the mirror.
I'm telling you, okay, you need to cosplay as a rabbi, make your dick his nose, and put a little hat on it, let the curls grow out. I'm telling you, you got a rabbi dick there.
It's an Hasidic. Hasidic.
You're going to have to
Hasidic crotch.
observe the next Ramadan.
Oh my goodness.
Wait, that's
Okay,
Your dick is
speaking
Islam, isn't
of
it?
Ramadan.
penis, let's
Thank
talk
you for
about
subbing.
a TV show called Game of Thrones.
Oh, that was a good
Wait,
transition.
wait,
Hey,
wait, some
FYI
people
for the
subbed.
group, that's Brittany.
So Brittany just subscribed
And so did
again.
Dang it.
she
And
did it
Panda
again.
Panda Girl,
Panda Girl,
3,000.
3,000.
Cool.
So-
Thank you
So-
for subscribing, guys.
Yeah, this is awesome.
All right, Jordan, what's the next topic?
I'm just trying to recover really quick from that heroin
I'll
topic.
I'll show you guys
might
next
have
time.
seen that video. I'm amazed.
No, I saw it. There had to be. It had
There's
to be
no
one.
question about
I tried
it.
not to see it because I was like, oh, I wouldn't want that to be seen about me. Go ahead, Jordan. MC Jordan.
So I was viciously sick over the weekend.
Oh, yeah, you were.
Viciously. Sorry, I'll be your hype
Viciously,
man.
meaning Friday, let's see, Thursday I wasn't feeling great. I had like a throat thing like Joe's describing right now, which I wish him the best of luck over the next few days. Hopefully it's not anything too bad. Hey, I was very careful. You saw me covering my mouth at every stretch of the turn.
And all the other ones that didn't make
There's
it
a few that slipped
to
away.
your hand.
But we'll see. Anyway, so Thursday was pretty bad. Wasn't feeling that great. Woke up Friday.
Friday.
Feeling pretty miserable. Throat hurt real bad. And
You can kind of tell in the inventing room.
Yeah. So
you can kind of tell.
Kind of tell. The day,
Hey guys, let's go.
so that day we went to the inventor room.
Bootstrap
We
Bill.
first went up to look at offices and stuff. So we were touring offices. My throat felt miserable, and I could barely talk.
We
I could
kept
barely
making you laugh because you were like,
I would laugh and I was like, stop, ow.
Yeah.
And then, I was just miserable the whole day. It got worse and worse. Then finally by the end of the day, I was like, it was miserable. So finished Friday up, went home. Saturday and Sunday were miserable. Just the worst sore throat I've ever had. I thought it was strep, but I wanted to wait it out. And sure enough, it cleared up pretty quick after that. But my weekend was not ruined because of the sore throat, because I finally got the chance to sit down and watch Game of Thrones. So Steph and I watched the first 2 seasons
In one sitting.
basically, because
Man.
we watched Saturday, we watched the first season, and then Sunday we watched the second season. So there's 10 episodes.
That's a full day.
Yeah, pretty much the entire day watching Game of Thrones.
it's really easy to binge watch that
Oh
show.
yeah, because you watch one, you're like, ugh.
and it's kind of scary because I don't want to get to the point where I'm caught up and I'm having to watch them week to
'Cause you-
week,
yeah.
because
Having.
they're really not made to have to sit and wait a week. Like it's kind of
if you binge watch any show, it's like this show wasn't made
That's
to
why I
be
like
binge
Netflix.
watched.
Their
It
original
isn't made to
series.
be watched 1 week at a time.
That's why I like the Daredevil and Jessica Jones, because watch it at your leisure.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched 24?
No.
Because that show is just like, fuck you.
We're doing 24 episodes a season, and they're all 40-something minutes.
And at the end of each one, it's just like, I dare you not to watch the next one.
Oh, I haven't come back, by the way.
I've always heard amazing things
Did
about
you know that Luke, my cousin, that was the red man, he was on 24?
Oh!
He was on 24.
What did he
doing
do?
what?
Yeah.
As
he was
cop
the-
number 5.
He was cop number 5.
So he was the most
Top number
accomplished actor in Red by Daylight.
Yes.
That's
I'll
the
be
most.
looking out
Well,
for you
I was
as
about to
cop
say that.
number
Well,
5.
I think we've had a bit more
Luke has
high
been
pro-
in
high
Sabrina
profile.
the Teenage Witch and several
Tish
episodes of
Shaktis
24.
subscribed.
Did he get to see the Salem animatronic up close?
I don't know. I actually never asked him. It didn't sound like he was in a scene that was at the house, though. So he was a personal trainer.
They
in the
hardly
show.
ever have outside of guest stars. They don't generally have.
He
You know
played
what
a
I love?
personal
Yeah.
trainer on the show.
Yeah.
Oh,
he
man.
was.
He's a
It was
personal
pretty
trainer?
funny, yeah.
Oh, man,
Perfect for
that's
that
art,
role.
and it's imitating life, imitating
He
Sabrina.
says he still gets residual checks from Sabrina.
Man,
because
Well,
they
it
keep
is
on
syndicated.
Speaking of
It is
Sabrina,
syndicating it.
She's in that super
Yep.
movie.
God's not dead.
Yeah, the
She
real
is showing
Jesus-y one.
alive.
But she
God's
played
Not
a
Dead 2.
teenage witch
She did.
for how many
She
seasons?
Which is
probably,
wicked.
she probably,
Yeah.
Found
it's-
Jesus.
Oh yeah.
she might have decided
became a
to
mom.
change her path.
She's really happy
became a
and proud
mom,
about
so.
that.
What I love about
Anyway,
Drake and Josh.
I
Wait, I
understand.
have one more thing. Luke also was on a show with John Cena called Manhunt. It was this paintball.
that never came out, I
It-
believe.
No, it came out. I watched it.
John
It
Cena
never,
or
I don't think
the
it
other guy?
exists anymore, though.
It doesn't.
Stone
You
Cold
can't
Steve
find
Austin.
it anywhere. But it's
Well, a lot
called
of shows
Manhunt.
don't
And it was this
exist anymore.
paintball gun show where they would be on an island, and these muscly people like John Cena would chase the people
awesome.
around, and
The
if
most
you got
dangerous
shot,
game.
you'd get
It sounds
taken
really
off the
good.
island. It
and
was
we
it's
should
so
do it.
just
fun.
gone.
We should.
You
we should
can't
do
find
it.
it anywhere though, but it's called Manhunt,
down.
and it was John Cena when he way back in the day.
I'd be chased by John Cena any day.
Any day.
Do you think
Back
they
when
play his
John
theme
Cena
music?
went to my school.
John Cena, and then he shoots you with a paintball gun.
It's when he pulls the trigger. There's a speaker. You know, see.
His name is John Cena.
Anyway,
Alright,
back to
Thrones.
Game of Thrones. I really enjoy it.
I'm very glad, and this was shortly after. I think on Friday or Thursday, we were Spencer and I were really picking on
we
you.
were
I know
hitting
you're trying to
home.
get to talking about it, but I'm leading up to it. The entire reason I'm wearing this shirt today is because of
World War III?
You
The bats.
watching Game of Thrones, because I made a deal with Jordan. Well, Jordan made a deal with me.
Yeah.
He said, if you play Witcher, I'll watch Game of Thrones. But then he ended up being sick and had time to kill, so he started Game of Thrones. So now, by that dare, I am legally bound to start playing Witcher.
Homeward bound.
I'm gonna download The Witcher, and I might
You
start playing
scarred
on
me
my
with
channel.
that, Jordan, with that challenge we did that one time. I would have played that game.
On the
but
stream?
You sent 18 griffins after me, and I was like, I don't like this shit.
Oh,
It's a
Witcher
shit
3.
game.
That was
It's
a fun
such
stream
a good
highlight.
game. Such
Is
a good
it?
game.
I
Yeah.
bet.
And what's funny about this is Witcher is basically a video game version of Game of Thrones.
Oh.
Like it's a mature, medieval based game.
with like
That's
an
why I said
air of
mature.
magic to it, but it's not
some
like hardcore
magic. Isn't
magic.
like super crazy. I mean, Witcher, it's pretty prevalent, but not crazy.
The more you traverse through Game of Thrones, it will become more prevalent.
I'm expecting
never
it to.
overly so.
Yeah. So, but from what I've seen from Game of Thrones so far, one thing I noticed in the first season anyway, you really had to keep track of where people were because people were just like darting all over the.
Especially in the first season.
It throws
they'll
you
be like
into
up there and then down.
It's just like, oh, by the way, they're Ned and the King are all the way up in Winterfell. Oh, by the way, they're all the way down here. Oh, by the way, they're over here scouring the countryside.
It's almost like a sensory overload because they throw you into the show. It's this historied world that has been around for ages,
and they reference it all the time.
Yeah, well, that's how you learn
that's
it.
how you learn it. You have to keep on listening about all these different people.
It's not very expository. It kind of just gives you those crumbs, and you can make the
then you have to
connections.
piece it together, which has
like
been
that.
cool. I've
like
learned
that.
a lot about it in just the 2 seasons. So, and I'm feeling like I've followed along pretty in depth. And I know
we were talking about it a little bit.
On.
And you have a really good standing.
I think I have a good grasp of what's going on. I really enjoy it.
And that's probably the most loyal season to the books.
The first one?
Yeah.
Well, now I'm going to move on to 3.
Pull the Full Metal Alchemist.
Well, it gets to the point where the books aren't even written what they're talking about.
It sounds like
pretty
George
much,
R. R. Martin is just advising, like,
Well, there's only one more book
left.
left in the series, and they're like they've already passed it in the show, so they've been
2 books left.
2 books. There's still one more after this one.
Yeah, he was supposed to release.
Well, then the show's gonna be
The
done
Winds
well
of Winter.
before-
Oh yeah,
well
the
before
Winds
the
of Winter
books
was
are
supposed to be
done.
done early this year, like January. He said New Year's he'd release it.
Okay.
And he hasn't released it yet. And then there's also going to be the final book, which is like this something of spring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the actual name of the series? Because the first book is A Game
Song
of
of
Thrones.
Ice and Fire.
A Song of Ice and Fire is the actual series.
Well, it's like Twilight. It's
Yeah.
like you release it and then everyone knows it by it, so then they just go with it.
Yeah.
But
It's a brand at that point.
if you go to a
Insurgent.
bookstore, just buy the one that has Daenerys and Tyrion on it. They always have it on the outside.
And speaking of which, I found when I was always seeing all these different Game of Thrones gifs and like all that throughout, I didn't really understand any of the characters, but surprisingly, my favorite character is Tyrion.
Tyrion Fordring.
Tyrion, no, not
Great
Tyrion
favorite
Fordring.
character.
Tyrion
Lannister.
but which it was
He's a
surprising.
solid
Like I
character.
didn't know. I figured he'd just be evil because he's part of the Lannisters.
Oh, no.
But surprisingly, he's one of the funnier. Like him
A dream
and Bran.
spring.
He's the most level-headed character.
Yeah,
out of
no,
everyone.
and that's what I like about him is he's level-headed, and then this buddy Bran kind of just does his.
Oh, I love him.
Like he's hilarious too. He does kind of all the bad
You
stuff.
mean, Braun?
Yeah, Bran.
And then Bran is the son of the
Sorry,
Starks.
Bran.
And Pod. Once Pod comes around. You haven't gotten to Pod yet, but
Yeah, Bran. There's so many Brans. There's a lot.
Yeah, sometimes I lose some of the exact pronunciations
Brandon
because
Stark.
just the way some of them talk. But
That's.
I think it's kind of
what's her
cool
name.
how they the relationship of location wise kind of constructed the accents around it because a lot of the people from Winterfell have northern English
UK,
accents,
yeah.
like a northern or UK accent
I just like Peter
comparative to
Baelish.
like.
You don't know what you.
Peter Baelish, because
He
I
speaks
think
like
he's
his
an
mouth is
American
like-
actor. He's an American actor.
You
I'm
don't
pretty
know
sure.
what you're doing.
I'm pretty sure he's
He
an
looks
American actor.
very
It's the dude
American.
from the
Isn't it
beginning of The Dark Knight.
Doesn't he put a Scottish accent on though?
Dr. Pavel, we only had room
yeah.
for one
Yeah,
more
that's where
person. And he's
I
throwing the
recognize
people
his
off or whatever.
face. I was just trying to put it where I'd seen
Yeah.
him before, but yeah, that
That was
makes
the first
sense.
time I ever saw him.
And
too.
now in every movie forever, he's gonna have that accent because they're like, "Can you do the accent you did in Game of Thrones?"
I have a very urgent matter to talk to you about.
Hey.
That's
Yeah,
That sounded
he's got
nice.
his accent's kind of all over the place, but overall, like, yeah, it's fantastic. I didn't know after seeing all the gifs and stuff of like Drogo and Khaleesi, I didn't know like how they fit into the universe, but it was kind of that was pretty cool seeing their development.
The universe changes all the time.
Yeah, it seems to fluctuate.
very
but-
ever changing. Characters come and go in the worst of
There's
ways.
a few that stay, but
Yeah.
it doesn't become prevalent until later in the seasons.
Yeah.
About
No,
who's
I'm not
actually-
getting really attached to anyone. I just figure everyone's going to die at some point, so it'll probably happen. But yeah, no, really enjoying it. But yeah, I can't think of anything.
I'm
else to
glad you
talk
finally
about
gotten into it.
Season 3 is good. I think that's.
I watched the first episode. It's kind of slow, but
Well,
it's
I mean,
setting
every
up.
season. Typically they start a little slow and then it picks up a lot. But
Yeah. They have to start setting up the
I
threads.
think season 3 is so good because they have the biggest
Oh yeah, season
They're
3.
finally picking up on budget too, rather than just
Oh.
like, oh, we're going to attack this camp, and then it cuts to after the
Season
battle.
5 was like it was like movie quality because
Yeah.
season 4 was
There's
really
a
like
few fights that's like, holy fuck.
I mean, I can't wait till you get to the Helm's Deep episode. There's literally a Helm's Deep episode that is amazing.
That'll be cool.
That is amazing.
Very cool. I'm
watch
excited.
that one.
I'm excited for it.
I was gonna pick it up, but then Steph was talking this morning about how rapey it is.
It's
And I was
not.
like,
I don't
it's
think
just-
it's
I don't
too
like
bad.
rapey
It's
shit.
just
The first
accurately
season was super
portraying
rapey.
kind of what a medieval.
It's
Yeah.
not,
No, I get
it's
it.
not like it's condoning rape or anything. It's just it's a
What
story.
did the guy
device.
say?
Like,
Oh, there's nothing like a good rape after battle.
Well,
I don't-
There's nothing like a good fucking after a battle
yeah.
or something like that. Like
Something like
it's
that.
pretty-
it's the
said-
bad guy
he
saying
said-
it. It's not
Yeah,
like it's
yeah.
like the good guys going, "Hey, yeah, rape is awesome" or anything. It's
Yeah.
just
It just sneaks
it's
up
just
on
a
you.
Portraying
horrible-
it as to what it would have been in medieval times because it was a very prevalent thing. Is
They
Don't
tone
forget-
it, they do tone it down
Rape
after a
was
while though,
cool
because they
back in
tone a
the
lot of
day.
things down. Like they tone the boobs down after a while. And
Oh yeah, sex becomes like a non-issue
maybe
after
it's
like
just 'cause
season
you get
5.
desensitized, but it feels like they tone it down.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
But I was gonna say that I find on the way to Insomnia I finished apparently the first part of the 4th season of the Vikings.
Yeah, they're doing the popular mid-season break.
Yeah, so
that
but
they
that was
tend
like
to do.
10 episodes.
That's a
Yeah.
lot.
Well,
Those
that's
10
like
episodes.
Gotham and stuff like that do like 12 episodes or something like that, and then they'll break and then they'll come back.
Okay. Well, as far as like, is Gotham an hour show or is it a 30
It's
minute?
it's
Okay.
Well, what are the
45
makeups
minutes.
of the Vikings show episode wise per season? Is
40
it usually
minutes.
No. The amount of episodes.
Oh,
They're usually around 10 to 12.
Oh, so this is like the largest season they've
Yeah,
done.
yeah. No, as
period.
far as I remember, like,
I was watching part of an episode over your shoulder, and I don't know if it was the episode I was watching, but I felt like the main Viking guy, the guy who was in Warcraft.
Yeah.
yeah.
He was just was
So
he
dab,
injured that
then
episode or
watch
something?
it.
He was kind of acting like a little bitch. He kept going into battle and getting beaten, and then people would have to like pull him out, and he'd be like, "Ugh," and he was all
they
dirty
had a
and
rough
gross.
time. They had a rough time. Like it was pretty rough for that they've made a lot of victories and now season 4 has kind of showed them actually losing.
Oh, okay.
And now they're like kind of resetting. Like okay, we've been screwing up. We need to rethink our tactics.
Yeah.
So.
And you said there was a time jump in that.
Yeah, no. At the very
okay.
end of season 4, it pretty much jumps forward. I'd say about 10 years.
Does it
Maybe
do that
a little
often?
more. Not really. Sometimes it'll jump forward a few years, but this is the first time it's jumped forward a good chunk.
Kind of makes it a little better though, because like a lot of times in actual history, wars will go quite a while
Yeah.
without actually happening. So it doesn't make sense that it.
Yeah, and Vikings is based in reality and all that stuff. It's actually based on history.
Yeah,
and,
so yeah, the guy that it's based off of, Ragnar Lothbrok, was actually a king of Scandinavia that rose
Travis
to power
Fimmel.
somewhere.
The fire.
Travis
Yeah,
Fimmel.
Travis Fimmel.
Thank you, Joseph.
Yeah, so 10 episode. There's only 10 episodes per season up until now. Like,
And they did the mid-season
So
break,
that's
which I
kinda
don't
weird.
like. I don't like when shows do the mid-season
I don't
break.
either.
I'd rather
I've
them
never
just roll
seen.
out.
I've never seen a series or a show so highly rated in every form that it kind of comes out in. Like it has 5-star ratings all across, like like on
IMDb and
Amazon
all
and
those.
like pretty much everything. Like everyone loves the show, but it's not that popular. Like it got a big budget for season 4, obviously, because it's obviously getting some
I just
traction.
think it's
probably
really
one of the-
cool that it's still going. 'Cause
Yeah,
a lot of
no,
shows
it's-
will
It'll
get
get
that
noticed
and then
later,
just be
like down the
canceled.
road.
it's slowly gaining traction.
It's probably one of the most recognized series on the History Channel,
Yep,
probably.
easily,
So
easily.
that's why it is continuing and
I
having
bet it's
more
doing pretty
budget.
well for the History Channel though.
Oh yeah, no, totally. If
It's
they're
the
doing
only-
a massive
it's the main
season
thing it
4,
has going for it
it's
currently.
obviously I think they'll be able to finish it, and I'm assuming they'll finish it on Ragnar's death.
Yeah.
It's no Pawn Stars though.
That's so Ponce. Yeah, I guess that's true.
Have you seen what's his name? Kimchi? What's that guy's name? The one
The
that looks
food?
like the panda.
Chumley?
Chumley.
Oh, Chun-Li?
Chun-
Is it
Chun-
It's like
Chun-Li?
you
I
won't
think it's
believe
Chun- I
what
think it's
Chumley
Chun-Li.
looks like these days. He's got.
thought it was
looks like
Chun.
he kind of looks like Anton
Chumley's Street
Dodson.
Fighter.
There what?
What, after he got famous for the climbing in your windows.
Yeah.
Antoine
But
Dodson.
he like straightened his hair and everything.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Anyway, I don't watch any of that shit, but it just came to mind.
Did you guys see the trailer
little
for
hammered.
Trolls?
No.
Wait,
Has
like
Anna
the-
Kendrick and Justin Timberlake.
Aren't they
who
together?
cares
And Justin
about that
Timberlake's a
trash?
real
No?
meanie.
They were at
But
camp
then
together.
he sings and he's like, "Don't worry, Anna Kendrick, it'll be okay."
So
That's
is
the
there anything
trailer.
else to talk about in the realm of movies
So-
and
Settings in the
series
chat.
and
Huh?
Dexter.
Dexter Manning.
Dexter.
Where?
Holy. Only
like the
sex.
Dex, we watched Harry Girls like an hour ago.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Harry Girls, yeah.
That was random that you guys watched that.
And then we
so
watched the behind the
funny,
scenes.
though.
I was like, man, that felt like 20 years ago.
It was funny to see the Office. Oh, it was funny to see the Office the way it was, and just watching Harry Girls and watching the bloopers. Like,
Yeah, there was
what a
no
long-ass
bullpen.
night.
That was a chaotic
It was
video.
so
It
funny.
was.
That was probably-
I love
it was
that.
funny.
I think that was the first time, or one of the first times, I ever completely separated myself from the creation of a video because I was like, I don't know what the fuck they're doing. Sure, do whatever. Like I was not involved with that at all.
That
I like
was-
how it turned out. It came out very well.
That
But
was mostly
Classic
Dex.
Dexter.
Yeah,
Bet you
Dex
were
stayed
jacking
with
off
us.
to it. A little bit.
speaking of movies, and you in the plane ride to England for Insomnia, I watched like 4 or 5 movies. I watched Whiplash for the first time ever.
Oh, finally, yeah.
And that movie is
It's one of the most
fantastic.
phenomenal
What is it?
movies in existence.
It's a movie about a drummer who is wanting to be one of the greats, and he's going to this very prestigious school that J.K. Simmons is a teacher there. who is very,
that was recent, wasn't
yeah,
it?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It was last year, I think. And
I remember dark rooms and him walking back and forth and being very mentorly.
Yes,
Okay.
well, not very mentorly, but
Okay. It was a trailer.
Yeah, no, that movie was so
Whiplash.
good. That was one of the best movies I've seen in quite a while, outside of Idiocracy, which we watched last night.
Yes.
was very
Oh, Idiocracy. If you haven't seen, like
I had
said,
never seen it before.
I said this earlier. I was like, when you put it on, because I wanted to watch it, and then when you put it on, I was like, man, I really hope this lives up to my memory of it.
Yeah.
And I love when a movie like, that must be like 7 to 10 years old, maybe more.
Yeah,
more.
I think it was mid 2000s or something like that,
Okay.
or early 2000s.
And like you said, it gets better.
Yeah, I feel like because that was my first time seeing it ever last night, and I really loved it, and I think it
So
feels
funny.
like a movie that would only get better with age because it's about the dumbing down and generalization of the populace, thousands of years into the future, and it's really hilarious. Have either of you guys
It
ever
had
seen
that.
Yeah, I've seen Idiocracy. It's a good movie.
Jordan?
no.
All right.
I think you might like it.
Yeah.
You would probably like it a lot.
It's so clever, and it was like, you remember that era in the early 2000s when Comedy Central was the shit and
Oh, yeah.
everybody watched it. Like,
Dave Chappelle show?
Yeah, like
Oh, yeah.
it was that. I feel like it was a derivative of that, and like
Yeah, no,
a lot
I
of
remember
visual
watching that. I
puns.
haven't watched that for probably 10 years, though, so I need to watch it.
Yeah,
It's really good. Probably when it
came
came out.
roaring back and was just awesome. It was so funny.
Hilarious.
So funny.
But anyway, yeah, movies.
Can we go on
Movies.
to our exciting next thing?
Yeah,
that
what
you-
we should do. I'm trying to
Exciting
think
next
where we're
thing?
at right here. We've covered most of the topics.
No, we haven't.
What?
Well,
yeah, we
some
have.
of- well,
no,
yeah,
we've cleared
I
out
see what
pretty
you're
much
saying.
everything up there. What time? How long have we been going for, Alex?
Don't you have time checks in the podcast that you're listening to?
6 minutes or
6 minutes.
6
what?
minutes, 60 minutes.
60 minutes. So we have probably about like.
We have a brand new segment for this series.
I
and
teased it last week.
Alex, get ready for this, Alex. Alex, get ready. We have a very brand new segment.
I'm excited.
What? Shush.
I
I'm
guess
setting
they
up for the
introduced
thing. We have a brand new segment.
Should we just roll it?
Hold on. We have a brand new
Okay.
segment.
Should we introduce it?
We have a brand new segment, guys, that I cannot wait for us to get to. Alex, roll that intro.
Is it time?
Oh! It's
Dun, dun, dun.
Conspiracy Corner with the creatures.
Who made that?
I didn't make that. It was in Vato.
Okay.
Anyway, welcome to a Conspiracy Corner. Now, this
I just thought one thing. I just thought of it. Something. The people
Thank
that
God
are
we're in a
listening
corner.
to this on audio have no idea what just happened. They just heard the music.
That was-
like, ding,
Okay, next time
Went
I'll
silent.
Conspiracy Corner.
Yeah, you probably should.
All right, so welcome to Conspiracy Corner. Now, this.
So wait, they'll just have a little man walking up, and then a door open, and they'll hear Conspiracy Corner.
Alex, to my camera, please.
Where's the book?
Welcome to.
Oh yeah, where's the book?
Calm down. That is the prize.
He's the.
The prize.
There's a prize.
What the hell is going on right
My
now?
goodness, you
Welcome
guys.
to Conspiracy
Clues
Corner. This
abound.
is a segment where so if you've watched us ever, Jesse Ventura is the former
Beloved.
governor of Minnesota,
So beloved.
now conspiracy theorist. And not theorist, he knows what's going on. We often make fun of Jesse
Oh, wait,
Ventura.
a conspiracy realist.
Scholar.
Conspiracy
realist.
authority. Ooh, I like scholar better. Conspiracy scholar.
We often make fun of him. We often do impressions. Not make fun of him. We celebrate his ideas.
Yes.
By
He's
going,
a funny guy.
He's
Former
got a
governor
lot
of
of
Minnesota.
courage to come out
Oh yeah.
and be a a happy crazy person.
Say
We're
what he
being very
says.
diplomatic because hopefully one day we'll
Yeah,
get
hopefully
Jeff
we get him on here because he
here.
actually just released a new book about encouraging and figuring out why medical marijuana should be, or just marijuana in general should be legal everywhere.
Yeah.
So he just came out with a new book on that.
He's a crusader of
So
sorts.
if Jesse Ventura, if you want to come on the show, we'd love that.
Is he
because
here?
You're
Oh, yeah.
awesome. I wish. No, he's not.
Come on in, Jesse.
Come on in, Jesse.
So we
make the book talk.
often do impressions of Jesse where we're like, oh, you know, those gangs in Washington. And the first time I ever saw Jesse Ventura really go off on conspiracy theory stuff was in an interview with Howard Stern that I watched a long time
Vampire
ago.
Howard.
And the way he would talk was like, oh yeah, Howard, the gangs in Washington are just all, you know, they will never work together, and the two-party system is just antiquated and old, Howard.
Which is actually kind of
really
true.
needs to be taken out,
Oh, no,
Howard.
he
I
has,
like his
he
energy.
has some good ideas.
Oh, yeah,
It's like
yeah.
he legitimately is, you know, a good forward thinker in a lot of aspects. But when it comes to conspiracies, there's a lot of kind of crazy things.
He went to DIA. That was a pretty good episode of.
Oh, yeah.
What was it?
Well, that's
The
where
bunkers,
that's
the
where we are.
bunkers,
Like
that-
the bunkers,
the bunkers, Howard. The bunkers are in DIA, Howard. Have you ever seen an airport that didn't have a hotel within half an hour, Howard? I mean, they bought up all the land out there, and they're building the bunkers. When the apocalypse happens, the elite are all going to Colorado, and they're going to hide in those bunkers, Howard.
Which
They're
we
going
do
to hide
now.
in there.
We now have a hotel at DIA.
The Westin.
Now we do,
The
but it might
Westin.
be for the
or
people
the
in the
Westin.
bunkers.
It's either
Or the
bunkers or Westin.
Really,
Your choice.
the Westin is just.
That's where they keep the
Westin is
aliens.
just a flagship for the New World Order. Said that when they need to go into space, it'll sprout extra
Extra
sprout
wings.
extra thrusters and fire into space like you've never seen before.
So we often in the office break into these weird Howard rants by Jesse Ventura. We pretend to be Jesse Ventura.
I just realized Howard is Howard Stern.
Howard
Yeah.
Stern.
Yeah.
Howard
Like, who the
Stern.
fuck is Howard? You guys keep talking to Howard.
I've been saying
Howard.
Howard for months, and you just figured out it's Howard.
Yeah.
So yes, it's Howard Stern.
So, this segment is dedicated to conspiracy theories. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to read an actual conspiracy theory that is online.
Ooh.
Just give you the
I
general
was reading about something
idea.
today. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
this is actually very timely. But go ahead.
Okay, so I'm going to read off a real conspiracy theory. I'm going to give you guys some points, and then you guys are going to individually, no interrupting or anything, or maybe you guys could interrupt. I actually want you to interrupt each other.
Okay.
I want you guys to all go off in your Jesse Ventura impressions. I want Jesse Ventura talking to me, and I'm going to judge you in the end. And actually, the person who I pick wins and gives me the most convincing or creative argument, they will win this copy of American Conspiracies by Jesse Ventura.
I want to read that shit.
By the way, if you at home want to read this book, it's only $3 on Amazon.
Seriously?
So if you have Prime,
Is it Prime?
If you have Prime, it's $3
When did this
for
come out?
hard book.
When did this
for
come
the
out?
hardcover.
Which, by the way, when we were watching his show, they always said Jesse Ventura. And I realized he could never say his own name correctly.
Ventura.
That's why I've always called him Ventura.
Ventura.
He was the Tarzan that never
So
got a movie made
I was
about him.
actually living in Minnesota when this man was governor.
Oh.
Really? Man.
I like how you said governor.
I don't know what happened right there.
It is, isn't it, Governor?
I think that was
Yeah, it
slightly
is, it is
alcoholic.
governor,
It was
but
like
it's weird that he
governor.
was like governor.
Oh,
I believe
said
it was a
Governor.
slight alcoholic slur. I
Oh, okay.
apologize.
Slight alcoholic
Speaking
slur.
of, I'm going to have to get a vanilla porter in a second.
So,
You might have to grab me one as well, Joe.
All right, I'm on it.
our
Can you give me a
first...
nitro?
Which one?
My goodness,
Regular
is it just
nitro?
drink ordering time?
You
Well,
want?
no, you
do you
need
want
to
a
hear- you need to hear the
nitro
setup.
vanilla porter or a nitro
Oh, man,
pumpkin
we're
spicy
talking
latte?
drink orders.
Pumpkin nitro.
Okay,
Please.
nitro. Okay, thank you, Steph.
Oh, it's
Okay,
right
let's
there.
get to the
Get the drink
conspiracy.
order.
This is taking way too long.
Yeah, we got
All
a
right,
fridge
so-
in here.
Our first conspiracy for Conspiracy Corner. Stop me if you've heard this one.
Oh.
You might have. Our first conspiracy is the Reptilian Agenda.
Oh, David Icke.
Let me tell you something.
Yes, this is exactly. It was on his
Let me tell you
website.
something there,
David Icke
Daniel.
is
I've
my
heard about this reptilian
favorite
species, and there's
YouTube-
something to hear
So
about.
something that is very topical recently was there was a picture of Hillary Clinton that has been spread around
Yep.
where she had a hole in her tongue. It looked like she had a hole in her tongue.
Lesion.
Now this is very common with certain types of reptilia and snakes.
Yes.
So a lot of people think that this is further evidence to support the reptilian theory, which is that an almost Illuminati-esque underground movement has happened where all of our different representatives in government. Jordan,
Get him one.
pay attention. Are you listening, Jordan?
I was asking if there's any more of the
All of
pumpkin
our
spice.
representatives in government in places of power, the people have been replaced or are reptiles.
Now I got something to tell you here, Daniel.
They're lizard people.
Interdimensional reptile.
I have something to
explain
tell
this
you.
entire shit.
I have something to say here. There's been a lot of news recently. There's been a lot of slander towards Hillary Clinton. Not only in her campaign, but in her personal life too. She recently
personal, please. Personal.
She recently left. She recently left
Thank you.
a 9/11 memorial service because she was overheated. Now I don't know about you.
But reptiles are cold-blooded now.
No, yes, they're cold-blooded, which means they cannot control their heat. This reptile was under heat lamps constantly, all day. I know I have a phone call.
No, I was going
What?
to say, spread your legs.
Why would I spread
Just
my
spread
legs?
your legs out.
You have Jesse Ventura between your legs now.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to stop
No,
you
no, no,
right
no.
there.
You're not stopping me now, Howard. I'm telling you, there was heat lamps on Hillary Clinton during that entire 9/11 memorial service.
Wait.
And she overheated.
Jesse, why were there heat lamps there?
I'm telling you, there was heat lamps.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
There was
Were they
people.
placed there?
There
Were they
was
placed there?
assassins
Shut up, Jesse.
inside
Shut
changing
up.
the lamp posts and the
Jesse,
bulbs
all right,
and the heat
Jesse number 1, you're
bulbs.
done. Jesse number 2, go. Heat
I'm
lamps.
going to talk to you right now about heat lamps. This was a strict agenda of Donald Trump. Donald Trump does not.
Donald Trump.
No one in these gangs wants Donald Trump to be a part of it. In the Republican gang or the Democratic gang, they don't want Donald Trump. He knows Hillary is a reptile. He knows she is. So he propositioned the venue to include those heat lamps to be able to raise her
Ooh,
body
he's hopping off
temperature.
your heat lamps.
Before
He's making it make sense.
before you get anything out of this, let me talk to you about global warming. What is global warming besides the perfect opportunity for these reptiles to lay their eggs around this entire country and incubate them to the point where they will hatch and show that reptiles are indeed the superior species and will take over every part of this existence.
Jesse.
Al Gore is a Democrat, and that
Jesse.
gang is notorious for having these reptilian
No, wait
people.
here. You've confused your thing. You've confused it. Al Gore's against global warming, not for it. You've confused. The planet is trying to rebel against this reptilian species that is invading it and trying to protect its humans.
Jesse,
And it's increasing.
All right.
So the
hold
trick-
On, hold on. What's up? You have a question about the game?
I'm not as practiced in my Jesse Ventura. I didn't
It
know
can
we
be
were
just
studying
down
for
to
this exam.
these two if you don't wanna
So the
partake.
trick, is the trick to prime your tongue with saliva?
Yes.
There's
Like, you
really
create
nothing
like a
you
little-
can do.
Oh, bathtub of saliva.
You have to kind of accent.
Your
You
S's
have
are
to kind
You
of
don't, you don't have to do a dead-on impression.
see my lips right
Howard,
now?
that's all I got.
See my lips? Just say Howard. Howard. There you go. You're getting it.
Oh, he's doing it. He's doing it very well.
Howard.
Shy talk Howard.
Talk about
Have that slur.
Okay, I'm going to come to you, Jesse 3, in a second. I actually have a question for Jesse number.
yes.
You
Can I
can be
be
Jesse.
Jesse 4?
Yeah, okay, yeah. You'll be after.
Hillary Clinton eats crickets.
That sounded like
All right,
Nixon.
Jesse number 2, I have a question. You talked about how Donald Trump knows that Hillary Clinton is a reptile. Now, he's been very outspoken about everything. He'll take any little grain of salt and throw it at the other opponent. Why has he not attacked Hillary yet for being a lizard person?
It's all about the corporate agendas. You cannot run businesses across this world like Donald Trump does without having to have safeguards. You can't directly attack. You can poke and prod every bit of this system you want. All your competitors you can poke and prod, but you cannot directly attack them. It's funny you mentioned grain of salt because reptiles don't like salt. So if you
Have
throw
you guys
salt
been having
at them,
rehearsal? Like what, Jordan? Did I miss it?
So the entire inspiration to this, Jordan and I were driving to DIA like a couple weeks ago, and we were filming ourselves, and we went for like 5 minutes filming, and we just kept talking in Jesse
Man.
Ventura voice.
No, I gotta say here.
Jordan,
I gotta
Jordan and I are a
interrupt.
little too good at this.
I gotta
but-
interrupt both of you.
I like it. I mean, go
Now,
for it. But I
if you
can't
were to buy
participate.
my book on Amazon for $3 with Prime shipping,
now-
if you
now
look,
this is the same
no,
Jesse
no,
number-
no,
Jesse-
if you look at my
Jesse
book,
number 1,
I tell
already
you
said,
what really happened on September 11th. It
controlling
says
this,
right
Jesse.
there on the
I'm
That's what I was reading
Jesse-
about today.
listen to
I
the
have some
moderator.
Hey, Jesse number 3, go.
What?
If you want to partake, go. Otherwise, I'm going
Well,
to throw to Alex.
I thought we were gonna have a scholarly conversation about these things.
No. This is jumping off and making up shit, and whoever comes up with the best stuff wins. Jordan is in the lead currently. I'm sorry, Jesse number 1, but
Howard, listen to
That's all I-
me. Listen to me, Howard. I'm hungry. It's been 6 days since I've seen anybody. I don't know where I am.
He's so off the grid he doesn't know where he is.
I may have done this to myself. There are bunkers and there are reptiles, but they are not created equally. All right, bye.
That sounds like Artist Joe.
Who said so, Nixon? Sorry.
Yeah, what do we say that Jesse Ventura is a mixture of? It's
Richard Nixon.
It's Richard Nixon and Sean Connery.
Yeah.
Sean Connery and Richard Nixon.
And a little bit of what's that? Brad Gareth.
Yeah. There's a little bit of Brad Garrett
More
in
so
there.
in size and build and skepticism.
Brad Garrett. Yeah.
Brad
Can I please
Garrett.
continue with my
Can I ask
conversation?
for a continuation
Alex,
of my
Alex, do
argument?
you want? Hold on, Alex. Do you want legitimately to be in this competition right now?
Is this just an impression competition?
It's impress me with your
Creativity.
knowledge and creativity around the reptilian agenda. That's the whole point.
I might have to rehearse a little bit.
The name of that is perfect.
Well, if
The
you have to rehearse,
Reptilian
then that's the
Agenda.
whole
The
point. Is
Reptilian Agenda?
It's all about
Reptilian
coming
Agenda.
up with this stuff on the spot, because if there's anything
I'm
I've learned
impressed.
over
Jordan
the
has
years,
thrown out a lot of
I'm
bullshit.
very
That's
impressed.
pretty
over
much
the
all you got to
years,
do.
it's just discussing things that make sense and come to your mind in the moment. Now let's talk about. let's take one
you already
second.
got
This should
2
be a
tries.
timed
I get at
event.
least a second try.
It's
here.
quality and length and clarity of speech are the criteria of this competition.
Let me know if you want. Okay, I'm gonna give Spencer another go around. Alex, think if you want to, and
I'd
let
like
me know
to
if you want me
request
to come
another
back to you.
go around as well, Daniel.
You've had plenty. I almost called you Howard. Jesse,
I gotta
Jesse,
say,
you've had plenty.
If you buy my new book on Amazon, $3 with
He's
prime
trying
shipping,
to sell this
and
isn't a real
hardcover.
Jesse Ventura.
Just wait. You don't sell books, I sell books. If you look on the back, it says part 2 of what really happened on September 11th.
That was verbatim.
Yes, I know. I wrote that book. Now,
Oh my goodness.
Now-
Let's see what else you can get. Anyone else?
so part 2 of what happened. Part 1's obvious. We all saw it. It was as clear as day. We were all watching on our TV. We saw it. It's enough said. But guess what happened? 15 years after the fact, on the exact same day, reptilian Hillary Clinton was revealed to the public. She had a missing chunk in her tongue. There was heat lamps put there by Donald Trump. You want to know why he hasn't told the public?
Jesse, you're retreading
So he's
everything you
harboring-
said already.
No, I'm setting it up for the
All right,
big
set
punch.
it up.
It.
You want to know why Donald Trump hasn't told the public eye anything about this yet? Because he knows the media, the politics, it's all run by the reptiles. Now, I'm not bringing this up to
reptiles.
wow your
You're not-
daisies or fiddle your dandies. I'm bringing this up to bring the truth to America. This is impressive. It's correct.
I'll be Howard,
It's
by the way.
accurate.
By the way, I'm Howard.
Howard.
I'm Howard, by the way.
Howard.
So when you're addressing me,
Yes, that's
address me
perfect.
as Howard.
Howard.
please.
Now, I see a lot of girls on your
Howard
show. A lot of
versus pathetic
sexy girls
Howard.
on your shows. They ride dildos. They ride anything they want. But in America, people,
Especially
I see a
reptiles.
reptile riding America, and she's sullying the people. She's ruining what we're having here, and they're gonna send the nukes to kill everyone.
Man.
Howard.
Jaredson just
Jesse-
subscribed. Thank you, Jared.
Alex,
Oh.
Alex, Jared.
What
Alex,
up,
Alex,
Garrettson?
how are you doing on this? Do you want to tackle
Did you
it?
notice there was a piece of metal that fell out of her pants, Howard,
When?
when she was having a seizure? Didn't you see she was having a seizure?
Oh, I shot.
Say salami.
I'd like to request a final closing argument.
Didn't you see the metal piece when she was having a seizure?
All right.
I would say that you know where those metal pieces are manufactured? Calcutta, India.
Is that a real place?
Do you know what happens in Calcutta, India?
I thought Calcutta's in Florida.
What happens?
Fucking reptiles.
Fucking reptiles.
They serve them in restaurants there.
Alligator.
Does that mean India is against the reptilian agenda?
No, they're totally for it.
But they're serving reptiles.
That's just what they want you to think.
So they're cannibals in India.
I mean, I guess. We're not saying that they are the reptiles. They're just manufacturing the metal pieces that happen during seizures.
Specifically for falling out of pants.
All right, Alex is disqualified. That was
I
great
thought
job,
that was
Alex. Okay,
great.
hold on. I want a closing statement. One sentence
Jesse,
from
you can go
individuals.
first.
Jesse, number 2.
Howard, this is going to be a run-on sentence.
Keep it under 20 words. I want to hear your definitive. I'm
not going to listen to you, Howard.
Can Jesse count his words?
I have a feeling you're going to be part of this reptile agenda, so I'm just going to say what's on my mind. Every single thing that's happened in the United States that's been covered up is linked to this reptilian agenda. Area 51, the little green men, reptiles are green. It was never men. It was reptiles all along. You link back to every single thing that's happened in this country. It all has to do with this reptilian agenda. Stop smiling. Stop smiling.
Wait,
man.
this is like 80 words.
I actually, this entire time, I have so many points that I could go off of as well, but continue.
There's plenty of things to go off of here. Now,
continue.
the final.
Are you gonna go?
Stop. I'm trying to keep from
This
laughing.
sentence
here.
is going on forever.
This is not a sentence.
It's a run-on sentence.
If there's one thing you can take away from this, it is that nothing from here on out is ever true. And every single person in office is going to have a forked tongue in the way that they do things. Both gangs are going to be filled with reptiles until they both converge into the ultimate convergence that will set the future forward. The Mayans thought it was going to be the same thing. They thought it was going to be 2012, but the Mayans missed it by a few years. Just a few years, Howard. And now it's going to happen in the next 2 years. I'm telling you right now, that's why I've got my place down in Mexico. You can come visit me there.
Which he
For
did say
$3,000.
He did say multiple times in the
You can
interview with
come
Howard
visit me
Stern. He's
there.
like, come on, visit me, Howard.
They're going to be down there, but in a few years, the convergence is going to happen, and every single reptile is going to incubate their eggs in the global warming, and you will have nothing that you can stop against the eggs. You think about gun control? It's to keep from shooting the reptiles. Their only weakness is guns.
And truth.
There's no truth in reptiles.
That's why they are
snakes,
not immune. Hey, I just want to
So
say.
just remember that, Howard.
Jesus
Remember
Christ,
that too,
Jordan.
Howard number 2.
Wrap it
You
up.
drew a line in the
I'm wrapping it
sand
up right
between
now.
Howard and yourself.
I'll let you finish in 1 second.
Oh,
Just
God.
remember.
I'm going to let you finish.
Just remember that when the election comes, there's nothing short of the scales of. Okay,
The scales of
I've got
justice.
nothing more to go off of. Buy my book.
You know what I think I'm?
All right.
You know what I think I'm most offended by in this
I'm
room?
exhausted.
You know what I think I'm most
thing.
offended by in this room?
What?
Why are there 3 Jesse Venturas here? I'm very concerned. This is the reptilian agenda. Come here. I don't know who this man is. He doesn't look like me. He doesn't look like me. I'm very concerned here. But that's not my point. My point is the reptilian agenda. There's been a lot of mythology and a lot of mystery surrounding basilisks throughout history. If you cut one head off, 2 more grow in its place. And this is the same thing that Hillary is. We take this lady down, 2 more reptiles will take her place. And I'm not saying, he keeps saying, global warming's gonna take back our country. It's just, global
This is
warming is
just
gonna
Spencer now.
kill these lizards. It's gonna-
Spencer with a slight accent.
Don't you talk to me, Howard.
Howard.
No, Howard. I'm talking. Howard, I'm talking.
I'm Howard.
He keeps inviting you to his house in Mexico. What's in Mexico? Lizards. I would never live in Mexico. Lizards live in Mexico. It's the biggest threat to the American security since
This is a marathon.
since Benedict Arnold, if you will.
Who's
Benedict
that?
Arnold was a reptile, if you didn't know.
Okay.
No.
Okay, Joe.
My
I wanted closing statements to be super short. Joe, closing statement.
All I gotta say is, Jesse, if you stumbled across this whatever just happened, I would really like to have him on.
Oh, I'd love to have Jesse
If he
Ventura
wants
on the
to,
show.
I want to talk
That
about
would be
this.
great.
That's the thing is like,
That'd be great. We should shoot this bit in the fucking head right now, though.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
So,
Time to move on.
I've thought about it. Jordan has won this one. Jordan has won. I think it was pretty clear. I'm sorry, Spencer. You gave a very valiant
I
effort.
really lost it towards the end there. I'm sorry.
Alex, you had people in the chat asking, how do you fight the seizures? Like, how do you not have a seizure? You know, like you created a meme out of that.
Yeah, it's
with the
memeable.
seizure. Anyway, Jordan wins. He wins the book. Jordan, are you gonna read it?
You better believe I'm going to read it. And I'm going to read it out loud in this exact voice, Howard.
Fantastic.
I feel like if I was better at impersonations, I could really hit it
So
home.
we need to obviously cut down that segment a little bit because these guys
The
just go off
stolen
the
elections
handle.
of
Off the
2000.
handle. But it's done, and every single time we do this, I don't want it to be me hosting it. So if you guys have any conspiracy theories you want to pick out for future episodes,
Did anybody read the
bring it
book?
up. I haven't read the book yet. We just got here today.
Disease,
So.
a germ warfare experiment gone awry.
Lime.
I'm gonna
Fantastic.
read this for man. This
Lime
is awesome.
from New York.
So
It's
that
a
was that
deer.
segment. Sorry, I went on a little long, but
Well,
I think
we'll shorten it up
that
next time.
was-
I
that was very good.
apologize. I was kind of going off.
Jordan,
and losing
every-
it.
Hey, if
Everybody
you're
was
in the
going
zone,
in
you're in the
Jesse
zone.
mode.
It's a podcast. We can just go for however long we want to go.
Jesse
yeah.
does talk for quite a while.
Yeah.
It's because he knows what he's saying.
He does.
Hey, look. I mean, he looks pretty resolved on his own opinions based on the image on that cover. You don't get a look like that from kind of believing in what you wrote about.
I like the quote on the
Maybe you
back of
do.
this book that really sells me on. I mean, we already bought it, so
You were already sold.
the reason I would buy this again is that it says Jesse Ventura is worth listening to. Rosie
I thought you
O'Donnell.
said worthless.
Jesse Ventura is
I heard worthless. I'm sorry.
no.
Love that.
Anyway.
And then another quote: "You're my hero, man." Howard Stern.
Thank you, Howard. Thank you for that great
Is there a
quote.
comma there? You're my hero, comma man.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah. there it
beautiful. No, but really,
Fantastic.
if Jesse wanted to come and sit in the orange, yellow, beige, or
I'd
blue
just
chair,
listen.
is. I mean, if
I'd hang out
anything,
with
we're
him.
in
We have a
Colorado,
beer.
so we have plenty to talk about with
oh
the
yeah,
legalization
well,
of
right down the
marijuana.
road from DIA.
And we're right next to
was my
DIA.
own.
So
That
if
was
he
pretty
wants to fit us into his book tour,
Is this a fresh book?
this is
not
an
that
old
one.
one.
but
This
this
one is the
original.
weed
one.
The marijuana one is,
Oh.
What's the name of it?
coming out.
Yo,
Or
I'm gonna tweet at
Marijuana
him.
Manifesto.
Everybody
Right.
tweet at Jesse Ventura and tell him that we want to
does he
hang
have
out
a
with
Twitter?
him.
I hope
He's
he
on a
does.
he
book tour
does.
right
I
now,
wanna
so
go
if you're
buy
from
marijuana
New Jersey, he'll be
manifesto
in New
of
Jersey.
Jersey. on
New
Amazon.
Jersey.
and
Jerseyans.
Prime
We
Video.
need
If
to-
has he
If
hit
you need the
Colorado
dates
yet?
for Jesse Ventura's
If you go
tour.
onto his Facebook fan page, he has all the events, and he will be in Minnesota and New Jersey the next couple months.
This is
so
not
if you're from
sponsored.
there, go find Jesse
Like
Ventura
Jesse
and
Ventura.
tell him to
This
come
is
on.
he must be loving it, even though he just
Well, you gotta love free
mocked the
promotion.
shit out of him. but-
Miss Fox said, "Don't trust anyone, not even yourself." Anyway, okay, so I believe we have some emails that we were going to go through to finish out the show.
Yes.
When we have the chance. If you don't know, we have an
Mail
email set up now. I
time.
think it just finally got set
We
up.
answer every email
Yes.
at Jesse Ventura
Hubcast?
impersonation.
No, we don't.
Hubcast at thecreaturehub.com. Send your emails, send your thoughts, what you're thinking about,
Questions.
questions,
Yeah.
topics, whatever you want to send. Alex goes through them.
If you have a really
Make the
big
show.
bush, you can ask us just what we think about it.
Any Bush submissions?
Well, no, if you're
Wait, I
above
didn't mean
age.
that.
Yeah.
I didn't mean
No
that.
If you're-
attachments.
If you're above
No
age, no
attachments.
attachments, just
Zero
questions.
attachments.
We can answer questions.
We should sing the mail song from Blues Clues.
Mail time, mail
It's
time,
the mail that never fails. It makes me want to wag my tail.
When it comes on the
well.
It's mail
All right, I
time.
have one quick question to start it off with.
Sure.
Go for it.
Do you guys pee in the shower?
I do.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
It's a
Oh, yeah,
necess-
yeah.
It's necessity, and it saves water.
It
I mean,
saves
who
water.
doesn't, really?
Yeah, who doesn't? If you say you don't, you're lying. Steph doesn't.
I don't like
You're
doing it.
lying.
Maybe it's just because I'm a girl, but I don't
Yeah, I
enjoy.
don't know.
I don't want to pee.
Do you
in the
just
shower.
put
I don't
one
have
leg
a
up?
desire to.
On the wall.
Well, sometimes
Like a
sometimes I go in.
Stay golden,
I don't.
Pony boy.
How's it work?
I never go in
What are
intending
girls?
to pee in the shower.
It happens.
It just like warm water hits you. It's like that hand in the
I
water.
do everything
thing.
in the shower. Technically, I get
You shit in the
complete-
shower?
No, I don't shit in the shower.
Oh, okay, well
I
then.
do brush my teeth in the shower though.
That's where
That's the-
where
hey,
waffle
hey.
stomping comes into play.
Waffles.
Yeah, where you shit, you stomp it down the drain.
Oh my god.
What were you gonna say?
No,
There's a term for
that's
everything.
the real question here. Have you guys ever shit in the shower?
No.
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 I don't recall.
Have you?
Come clean, guys.
No, I really haven't. I've shit my pants. I've talked about it multiple times.
I've gotten out of the shower and just not even dried off, and I mean, if it's
Those are uncomfortable.
Yes,
Oh,
but-
I've
and you
I've-
slide around a lot.
Yeah.
One of the
It's
one of the-
dangerous.
one
It
of-
feels greasier.
One of the primary things I do when I get out of the shower is I completely dry off my ass and around my ass just in case I need to shit. Because I don't want to
Wait,
sit
but then you have to
wet
cover
on
the
a
rest of your-
toilet
well, I guess
seat.
you just wash.
I don't
love-
want to sit. I don't want to be dripping down. I don't want
I
to.
love the detail of your fecal
Oh, yeah.
recollection.
I do have to
yeah,
say
yeah.
though, Stephanie.
It's. I think about it every single time I do it.
Stephanie. I do have to say, for girls peeing in showers though, it just goes down your legs.
Yeah,
and it's
why-
uncomfortable.
Why would I want that?
So I don't blame you for not peeing in the shower.
Doesn't matter.
Isn't it bad for
shower.
girls to pee standing up?
Well, it goes down their legs.
But I hear it's like, I mean, like
It's less like-
biologically, it's not a good. You should squat or sit or something.
I
Would it
don't
be
know.
like us bending our dicks and trying to pee
I
out
think
of it or
so.
something
Like
that
making
would
a
hurt.
pretzel and then peeing.
A pretzel. All right, on to the next question.
Oh, next question. Who is that from, by the way?
That was from someone named Jordan.
Oh. By the way, yeah.
Thanks, Jordan.
When you send the emails, put the name that you would like to be referred to as, because some people don't like their names read out. So just put the name you would like to be referred to as in your message.
When I was a young child, I did like once to see what the hype was.
What, to shit in the shower?
I don't know what that was in reference to, but
I love how
I'm going to assume it's waffle
Jordan
stomping.
knew like the
Quaffle stomping.
Yeah,
That
he
was
knew the slang for it.
I didn't know about that until Aaron told me one time.
Oh, well, that's definitely
And it
something
makes
Aaron
sense.
would know.
because Aaron knows all these weird
Aaron knows
terms.
about waffle stomping.
Aaron, yeah. He
Okay,
knows all.
I have one more.
Okay.
Or actually, I have several more.
Yeah,
We'll do two more.
But here's another one
yeah, we'll do two more.
from McDew.
Oh, McDew.
Spelled like Mountain Dew.
Oh,
If you can have any useless superpower, what would it be and why?
useless.
Okay, so we've gotten this question a billion times, but without the useless in there.
Wait,
I
what?
think.
I mean,
A useless superpower.
if you could have a useless one? Okay.
I have the power to shit in the shower, but I don't have to waffle stomp it. It'll just go down the drain.
That was literally
Oh.
what
I'm sorry,
would have
sorry,
said. But
I
no,
hopped on.
somebody. I was like, somebody's going to do this.
I want the power to instantly boil water.
That'd really be convenient. You'd be a great chef.
Yeah. But then if I snap at the ocean, I might kill everything in it.
You'd slaughter everything in a second.
I want to modify my power.
I don't think you can, man. I don't
can't.
think you can get too much better than that. So Spencer's going to be boil water. You're going to be
You just got cut off.
free waffle stomp.
free waffle stomp.
Wait,
Sure.
what was your modify?
My modify was I would never have to shit again. One, I would miss good shits, but at the same time, I'd save a lot of time.
That's a lot of time, yeah.
Is it useless, though?
I saw that, Alex.
I don't know if it's useless.
What's your power, Jordan?
I would
Hunter
like
bear.
I
to.
know. All right, Joe, what do you think? What's your superpower?
We should collaborate, because I don't know.
I don't know either. Like this doesn't. I'd
Useless
like to.
superpower.
I'd like
What's
to grow
what's
trees
something-
in my hand.
There you go.
So you're...
Wait, can you grow weed in your hand?
botanist. Yeah,
you
sure.
could grow weed. Yeah.
I just need the seed. If the seed is in
God.
my hand, it just grows.
That's a good power.
instantly.
Wouldn't that
Okay,
be
that's my
awesome?
useless. Snap, and I'm high. I like.
That's
I
pretty
want to
good.
get stoned right now.
And then you're there.
And then you're there.
Substance
That
free,
doesn't
baby.
sound too useless.
Who was that
Well, I won't get
I
much
was
done.
more going for like not super strength.
Maybe I will.
Like they can still be useful. I guess useless.
Thank you, Robert.
I shed paper from my body,
Shed paper. You can just
Uh-oh,
pull
Jordan.
pull a piece off.
and I'll be like, but it's never like I can't write on it.
Has
It's just
anybody
like,
got a piece of paper and you just go
Here
and
you
then
go.
like
at you basic.
Fantastic. Last question.
You're gonna love this one.
Last one.
Last question.
So, Kelsey
Grammar?
says, "Hey everyone,
Hey, what's
Hey,
going on,
Kelsey.
Hey, Kelsey.
hey,
Hey.
hey everyone.
hey Kelsey,
I was wondering why don't you guys use your Snapchat much?
I did when I
would
went on
love
tour.
to see the shenanigans around the office.
Well, you know what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take a Snapchat.
Ooh, that's
I'm going
the
to take a
response.
I'm gonna take a
live
Snapchat, too.
I don't like
When I was
Snapchats.
on my tour,
I hate
I did a
Snapchat.
Snapchat story.
Yeah.
But I don't
Was
like
that
that
the
it's
T
so.
one?
I don't like that it's so
Oh, yeah.
fleeting.
Yeah, I don't like the.
I don't like the interface.
Oh, he's Snapchatting. Oh, he's
Wait,
Snapchatting.
wait.
Chatting
Whoa.
Is this a live Snapchat?
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
I don't like the disposableness of Snapchat. It's all disposable. I like my stuff. Like I do the picture. I like taking pictures. Instagram is like one of my favorite
You want your
social
dick
medias.
to stick.
Yes, I want my
Look
dick
at
to
that. Now I have
stick.
a little
I mean,
skin over it.
it has the element of conversation between people, but the app sucks. It's not
Yeah.
well optimized. It
Nope.
destroys
I don't like
my
it.
battery.
Yeah,
it
it's
hardly
really
ever
draining.
loads.
But the face scan thing's kind of fun.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty
the
innovative.
Filters are very awesome, and technologically they're very impressive. But it's not.
I don't like that it's not there.
thing.
Instagram, like you can always go back and look.
Yeah.
Snapchat's like, oh,
Internet content's already throwaway as is.
Yeah.
To make it even more
It's
so, it's
further
like, what's the
disposable.
point?
I
Yeah.
think
when
mine's
typically
like,
people will Snapchat me and be like have a weird face and be like, how's it going? And then I'll be like, am I gonna make the same? Like I make the same face for the next day. And I'm like,
Text me.
and I'm like, hi, like just
So,
text me.
tweet at me.
It's funny because I see Steph's sister does it a lot. Like they use it as a communication platform, and it's really weird. This is just like
So much effort.
it's like
Nonverbal.
it's an earlier generational thing where instead of texting, she takes pictures of random things like the
the
floor.
ground.
The floor is the predominant. About 85% of the time, she takes a picture of the floor. Sometimes she'll do like a little selfie and like make her face like all teenage girls do, and then they just send a text back on the Snapchat. So that the weird part of that is the ground is the predominant feature of that.
Yeah,
And
so why include an image at all?
They just take pictures of the ground and send it back and forth to each other.
But
Yeah,
like
they
to
just
send
made
a
it
text
thing
in
where
order
you
to
can
do the
have
text.
more text now too. So before it was like it would cut you off after you wrote too much in the Snapchat, but now you can write.
But it uses data, right?
ton.
See, it's a
Yeah,
giant
technically, it's anymore.
conspiracy
Yeah,
why not-
to
why
get
not
you to
just
use
go,
your
Go,
data.
Howard. This is the way they're getting you right here. Is they're sending data instead
Someone
of
asked
the
us
text
what our
message.
When you text me
Snapchats
on
are.
WhatsApp and I'm out, that's why I don't reply.
My Snapchat
'cause
is
it's data.
Yabasip. YABAECIP if you'd like to add me. Jordan, what's yours?
Mystery solved.
I
don't know
usually
what
I
it is.
usually result to WhatsApp whenever I can't get a hold of you text wise.
I agree.
Oh,
But anyway,
that's the complete
yeah, no,
opposite for
Snapchat.
me.
Yeah,
It's too disposable for my liking.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's also
That's my answer.
and it's also kind of annoying.
But I also
to
agree
use.
with Instagram stories. I know you like using them.
I prefer it just because it's there and it's easier.
But
and
I
it's
don't like
actually
that
a
it's
lot
gone.
cleaner.
Is it just gone?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
it's
it
like
just
Snapchat.
disappears.
Here,
It
let's
just
do
I don't
a-
like
let's-
that.
let
Wait,
me do an
Instagram has a
Instagram story
Snapchat
too.
Yeah,
feature?
they have stories. You can do stories where you post a picture and it's only available
That's
for
the other
like a
thing.
certain amount of time and then it's gone.
Here
It's
we
like
go.
these.
Ready?
These. No,
Insta-snap.
I'm not going to be part of. I don't want to be part of your throwaway internet culture.
Well, you are, Joe.
damn it.
At least your beard is kind of.
You guys want to do one more?
Okay.
Let's do one more.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a really good one from an account called Throwaway.
I just said
Hi,
that.
Throwaway.
Hi, throwaway.
Correct way to wipe: standing up or sitting down.
Who stands
Do you
up?
fold your toilet paper or crumple it to wipe? Shout out to Mel.
So wait,
Or not
if
at all.
you stand up,
Am I
doesn't
right?
it clench your butt cheeks together and that's harder?
I mean, you can do a spread.
Yeah, but do you really
It's
want
like
to spread your
stucco.
butt cheeks and then have a third hand go in there to wipe it away?
Third hand.
Wait, forward or back? What's the question?
Can I say
front to back?
all of the above for me?
Guy, no. You're hearing the wrong question. Sitting down or standing up?
Sitting down.
Sitting.
Oh yeah, I've wiped standing up, but only if it's been like a really bizarre situation.
Yeah, it has to be easy.
But mainly sitting down, and I crumpled. I don't fold.
I'm all
Yeah,
standing.
I crumple.
All about the
You're
crumple.
all you're standing.
I'm like the standing desk of wiping your ass.
Now, what's the benefit of that?
Benefit?
Well, why do you wipe standing up?
Isn't that how you're supposed to do it?
I think
I
the
would say the
silence
majority
answers.
of people sit down and wipe.
Yeah.
But why do you stand up and wipe? What's the benefit?
Have you always just done it?
You know, this is the first time I saw that there was a choice.
You have
Fantastic.
options.
I can't tell if he's fucking with us or not.
He is. He clearly is. Jordan.
Bidet.
I said I sit down.
Yeah,
I sit down and crumple.
Bidet is
same
a
here.
nice.
The bidet is the correct
I
answer.
don't
I don't like
wipe
bidets
in
because it
hopes that
shoots
a
a big
bidet-
stream of water right up your
Is
asshole.
I've always wondered, are bidets
But no, it's like, oh no, don't shoot it up there.
No, you're like, yes, please do shoot it up there.
are bidets enough power to be able to clean?
No, because the thing is, they give you a
Because
towel
what if you
to
have
wipe
just-
with.
Like
Yeah,
a reusable towel?
and then you have to wash that towel. It's not disposable. You
So then
wipe
what's
with
the
it, and
point
you're
of
like,
a
oh, there's
bidet?
shit on this towel. Throw it for next time.
What's
Just
the point
sounds
of
like a
a
conspiracy corner.
This does sound like a
This sounds like it really needs to be analyzed.
Has anybody ever tried the moisturized wipes?
Yeah, I do it if it's real messy.
Kashaktus, he dabs then wipes.
Do you do a little
Dab
poking?
wiping is
Dabbing wasn't
absolutely
part of the
fine.
multiple choice.
It
is
really
true, but it's
depends on
absolutely
the
fine.
consistency of what's coming
I've never
out.
been into it. I've never been into dabbing though. Like, yeah, sometimes there's a little
They
much.
recommend
Oh,
if
you
you have
mean dab.
diarrhea to dab.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
so
that
Because
makes
you meant
sense.
like-
if you're going like
Dab.
all that
Otherwise, you
time,
get a wipe
Is
and it's
dabbing
gonna-
going
yeah.
into your butthole?
no.
What's dabbing?
It's just
Dabbing
like
would be
pressing
You
instead
say,
of
get on
wiping.
back there, little doggy, and then
Oh, like
you
doing
like,
a press? I've never done a press.
Clear
and I'd
the
say it's
field.
only recommended if you have diarrhea because
Then you're just wiping
whole
diarrhea on the
area-
rest of your ass.
No,
I'm
no,
really
it's
glad.
just wet, so
I'm
you are
very
able
glad
to
we're on
dab.
this topic, by the way, because this is one of my favorite things to talk about.
I know.
We never talk about this, but I really like.
You have unsolicited shit stories in the office.
Oh yeah.
Plenty.
Oh yeah.
You know what
Proceed.
the most interesting
'Cause
part
what's wrong
about
with
this is this is a two-part question, and the second part is even bigger of a question.
Ooh,
Okay.
there's a philosophy to it.
Frasier or Seinfeld?
Seinfeld.
Frasier.
All the way.
Seinfeld.
Frasier
Seinfeld.
Seinfeld.
Frasier's a smart.
Frasier is extremely
Frasier's so
Now,
smart.
going off of the like complexity of
Oh
what,
no,
of
you
what
did not
Frasier
just say
is.
complexity.
Good.
Frasier is a more sophisticated show, and
Went on longer.
went on longer.
How long
it
did
was
it go
a
on for?
spin-off, the longest
10 or
running
11
spin-off in
seasons.
See,
history.
these are all things that I feel like are
and there's a reason for that
negatives.
because it was the best. It was the best written show in existence.
Let me. Okay, I'm gonna say the same thing you just said. It went on for longer. It was only a spin-off show, and it was very complex.
That's impressive. That's an impressive thing you just said.
No, but it's negative.
No, because he's thinking
It went
that
on to
his
succeed
tone
its original show.
changes everything.
But Seinfeld stopped consciously. They didn't get canceled.
I don't think Frasier got canceled.
I'm not saying
either.
Frasier got canceled. I'm just saying the length. I don't feel like is a benefit. Is it?
Yeah.
Just having more
No,
episodes.
if it goes,
It's
it was
fanfare.
successful
I
the
don't-
entire
yeah,
time.
I don't ever remember there being a drop off on, and not that there was on Seinfeld,
No,
but
yeah.
there was
Like,
never.
I love
there was
Seinfeld.
never a drop off.
Don't get me
on
wrong.
Frasier.
I love Seinfeld as well, and I'll watch that too. And I've watched most of it, if not the entire series. But
Seinfeld set the standard for sitcoms, and that is true.
Does Frasier have
Hey,
a laugh
that's a
track?
good point.
Frasier followed Seinfeld.
Yes.
Okay, so does Seinfeld.
No, it's the same. It's basically the same thing.
I think
it's both sitcom.
Seinfeld paved the way.
Yes.
Well, yeah, because I think Frasier's a riskier, setup. To pitch Frasier before Seinfeld, who the fuck wants to watch these metrosexual
I'd
white
have to
men?
actually-
Yeah, but that had the built-in Cheers audience.
Yeah.
That's true.
I'd have to-
It had a lot of. Yeah, it had some.
It was a continuation.
I'd have to
essentially.
watch
It had a
more
Kickstarter.
Frasier for me to actually have a good argument here because I've really only watched a few episodes.
Frasier just
It's
just
the most
Frasier's
cleverly,
really fucking
cleverly
all the
written
time,
show that
just-
you've ever watched because it's so well written across all the episodes that everything just. Every single time you watch an episode, it always is so satisfying to see the different types of banter they have the entire time.
I
That
think
really,
Seinfeld's the same way,
When
though.
it comes
Yeah,
to
but its
impact on
cringe
pop
factor
culture,
was too
Seinfeld
much.
beats everything. I think.
Yeah.
Impact on pop culture, Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Top tier. Not going to beat Frasier. But there's a lot. When it comes down to. Are we just basing this on content of the show and not cultural impact?
I just
it's
think
just asking
overall-
what do you prefer? What do you
yeah.
what
I
would
prefer,
we
I
prefer to
prefer
watch?
Seinfeld.
I think Seinfeld's cringe factor was a little
Cringe?
little deeper. Yeah, there's come times and some
Is
the
Dex still here?
things that George does. I'm like,
There's
why
a-
would you?
There's
why
a lot
would
of
you?
there's a lot of episodes
do
of Seinfeld
this?
I don't enjoy.
Really?
But
Yeah,
there's
just 'cause
no
it's like- I
episode
enjoy
of
every
Frasier I
episode.
don't enjoy.
Frasier has a lot of taste, whereas Seinfeld. will-
Okay, so to me,
It
Seinfeld
wants to
seems like
nosedive
Gatorade and
comedically.
Frasier seems like Propel.
You mean Powerade?
Wait, say again.
No, Propel.
Wait, what was your?
I was saying
Powerade?
Seinfeld seems like Gatorade and Frasier seems like
But
Propel to me.
Propel is
Propel's
flavored
like the
water.
one.
Propel is owned by
Propel
Gatorade.
seems like
It's
they're like,
Gatorade
oh,
without
it's
the
Propel.
color.
It's healthier Gatorade. It seems like more high level, more whatever. But it's not. It's
None
not
of those
Gatorade.
colors.
Gatorade seems more generally
This-
liked.
Spencer, and you've said this. You've only seen a couple episodes of Frasier. That was spoken like somebody who's only seen a few episodes of
Well,
Frasier.
I'm arguing, well, like I said, I'm arguing for I've only
How
seen a
about
few
you?
episodes.
How about you call Seinfeld Gatorade and Frasier is a fine sherry?
What's that?
Someone who
I
has
like how-
never seen
but
the
see,
show
the thing
very
is,
much.
Frasier gives off the air of sophistication, but it's just as stupid as Seinfeld,
Oh no!
which is the best part
no,
of the
no,
joke.
that's the
dynamic.
whole
joke.
point. The
That's
whole point
crux.
is it's sophisticated, but at the same time, they run into just as many things because of their
Yeah.
sophistication.
Slimy yet satisfying.
Yes.
I will have to say though, I feel like Seinfeld's easier to get into in terms of I feel like it's more like if you were to watch a random episode, I feel like it's more easier to jump into because when I watched Frasier, it was kind of all over the place for me. I don't know if it was the episode I watched.
You really have to be invested in the Seinfeld. I feel like you can just pick up no matter who, because you're it's just about people.
You just need to know the
Whereas-
base characteristics of the characters, and then you can go on.
Yeah, whereas Seinfeld is more
Your base characteristics.
culty. You have to kind
You
of be
mean
invested.
Frasier or Seinfeld?
Frasier is Frasier. You really have to have a taste for it. Whereas Seinfeld, you can just be a bystander because that's what the
Yeah.
show's about, and then you find yourself relating. to
Yes.
well,
those
I'll have to watch
characters.
Frasier, but
So
Seinfeld
Frasier,
is top tier for me.
Seinfeld.
I don't know where I land. I'm kind of in between because I love both shows, so it's hard for me to pick. But I'd lean if it came down to it, I'd pick Seinfeld over Frasier.
I agree with the Seinfeld thing setting the bar, but I prefer Frasier.
Yeah.
As far as if I were to choose between sitting down and watching Seinfeld or Frasier, I'd pick Frasier. I just like Kelsey Grammer.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
such
He's fantastic
he's
in
the
that.
same guy or even the same character no matter what he does, but he can be Frasier and Beast at the same time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know, I
Because
had an
Beast is
interesting.
Yeah.
Spencer told me an interesting thing today when we were talking. He said, one of these days I'm just going to sit down and watch all of Seinfeld. And I said, "Oh, you've never seen it before?" And he said, "No, I've already seen all of them
twice. I want to watch it a third time.
It's great. It's a solid show. Like Seinfeld's the best sitcom. I've watched How I Met Your Mother and Friends, and they're good. Friends is better than How I Met Your Mother, but like,
Man, I haven't thought about that.
Like Seinfeld is the most well-rounded show. The first season's a little like all around the place, but it's the most well-rounded show, and it's the show that most consistently makes me laugh.
I don't really enjoy you talking about Frasier when you haven't seen it.
No, like I
that.
said, I need to watch it. I can only say what I've experienced.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's responding to the question that was asked.
There's something.
that's
There's
true.
something funnier
I'm not saying
about
Frasier's bad.
a wealthy man griping about life than normal middle class people griping about life.
I think we had this conversation the other day where me and Dan kind of went over the joy, the kind of the cool, how cool it was that Bob's Burgers compared to Simpsons is like one of those things where Bob's Burgers is this struggling burger
I'd say that's a similar
joint.
argument, actually.
It was
Simpsons versus Bob's
'Cause-
Burgers is kind of the
like-
same as Seinfeld versus Frasier.
Yeah, kind of in the way that it's just like Bob's Burgers is obviously they're not a very well-off family and they kind of have that struggle. It's not like a super prevalent thing, but it's obvious that it's just like
Simpsons
they're,
did that
they're
too.
struggling. But then as well, at the same time, Simpsons continues to flaunt the fact that they get lucky and always end up in different places,
yeah.
and there isn't really any bounds to the show.
I was watching an interview, and it spoke to what you're saying exactly. I was watching an interview with the show. They were talking. It was the interviewer was asking if anything wacky was going to happen or whatever, and like something specifically about Louise. And Christian Shaw was like, "No, like that would never happen because we keep the show within a bound of like this bounding of reality. Like we do, like if it was a dream sequence, yes, but other than that, they wouldn't go crazy like they win the lottery or something.
Well, I
like
think
that.
this is important in all forms of like art, and from music to thing is play to your strengths and within your boundaries. Because when you start to go above it, it really shows.
Yeah.
And so like what works for you, do what works. And so like with Bob's Burgers, I'm kind of glad they're like they almost never leave like a 4-block radius sometimes, but like it's still a super refreshing show and they have a ton of different stories for it.
Oh yeah.
Whereas if you're like going to France for the 4th time, it's a little
Brilliant
bit,
show. Any characters or actors or producers or anybody from Bob's Burgers wants to come on the
animators.
Hubcast.
We're just looking for
be
more
amazing.
people that on here. Kelsey Grammer, for example.
Oh yeah.
Hey.
Oh dear Lord.
or Jerry
Dear Lord.
Seinfeld.
Anybody.
BoJack Horseman.
Not anybody,
Anyway,
But I'm sure both are great
Yeah.
shows. I've never seen Frasier to a
Produces
good enough
that?
degree to rate it.
BoJack.
So.
Guys, new
Created
South
it?
Park tonight.
Yeah, there's a new South Park. Season 20.
I need to get the sound back hooked up
Going
for
down
my,
South
for
Park,
my
going
cable.
have ourselves time.
Well, anyway,
Sending
I think
pages
that's
everywhere.
that's
Yep,
about it.
That's it.
Oh.
So
For the show.
thank you so much, everyone, for joining
could
us
go
for this
for
episode. Yeah, we could keep
another
going. We actually
hour.
went over quite a bit for this one, but I think it was
I don't think there's
well-warranted.
any going over on the
No,
Hubcast.
not really. I tried to keep it to an hour, but if it goes over, that's no problem at all because
Yeah, this
we
is-
had a
this
lot
is
to
It's a
talk
good
about.
sign.
There was no way to
today.
do that when Howard was around.
Yeah.
But Jesse, come hang out with us.
I do have to go, though.
We'll tighten up
My ride's
Conspiracy
here.
Corner. Okay, so Spencer's head out. Thank you so much for watching,
guys.
everyone. We'll see you guys next week. Same time, same place, same stuff, all that great stuff.
And don't
But-
forget to
yeah.
email your questions.
Yeah, email your questions. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong camera. Email your questions, hubcast@thecreaturehub.com, as well as checking out on SoundCloud. I'll let you guys know when iTunes is up, and this VOD should be on YouTube tomorrow. So we'll see you guys later. Alex, hit stop streaming.
Bye.